Sunday, Monday, then I'm back. Then I do it again Wednesday. Then it's back Sunday, Monday again. 3 days of the week so far.
It's a lot, bro.
Hell yeah. It's Liddy, Coach. You muted. You mute.
All right, we good to go, bro.
So we
We
live.
streaming. Yeah, we live.
We live.
Yes, sir. Let's get into
Yeah.
it.
We're here.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna jump right back. I'm gonna jump right back into it. I'm not gonna start with the base chapter information. I'm actually gonna start with something that I found that I sent my guy read that I thought was very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I'll drop it here in the chat. If anyone does want to take a look at it, you definitely can feel free to. But it's basically a screenshot of actual. This is more so of a discovery, because basically what's here is Dragon made biological son, and most of the fandom thinks that he is, but there's a kanji that was used in there's this Japanese translator that I watched, and he took out the kanji and said, hey, this kanji is used normally when someone has a son, but also in reference to someone who's talking to their or refer to their son-in-law. And in Japanese, they're different. They have son, but they have it in different meanings. To where there's kanjis that you can use it, and it could directly mean my biological son. So why would Oda go out his way to use kanjis that are telling us that this son is used when you're referring to son-in-law? I thought that was actually really interesting. And me and Ree were talking about this whole foreshadowing of Kiro's being implied shadowing to maybe what Dragon may be with Garp. But potentially. Possibly. What you think about that? Oh, go ahead.
I mean, like I've said, I've been ad nauseum with this whole theory. It makes sense. I mean, again, the ages make sense. Everything makes sense, man. I mean, like it lines up. And I mean, again, you're looking at them; they both look alike, Luffy and Dragon. It's like, okay, that's kind of weird. And then also, potentially, as we've seen, which again, part of the theory, I don't know if I've actually given that part to you, but who I actually believed was Dragon's father was Rocks. That's the other part of the theory. So it makes sense. I mean, since we've seen Garp, we've seen Garp with this whole like picking up kids that aren't his. Obviously, we saw him do it for Roger. We saw him do it for Roger with Ace, and just it would make sense. This is something that he did as well, and from that, now we've got Luffy's mother, who we still don't know. It would make sense. It's very possible, and then you've got the kanji that you just brought up. I'm sorry, man.
I ain't gonna lie. The kanji's big proof. I'm not going.
The kanji,
because it means biological son, but it can also mean son-in-law. So
it almost, man. It really almost solidifies it, and that's kind of where I'm at. Again, it can be in him. I'm okay with it being a headcanon, but all I'm saying is that at the end of the day, it's true. It's true, and I'm just waiting for Oda to confirm it so I can give everyone the "I told you so."
Hey, listen, I'm here.
That's it, man. Oda just needs to catch up to me.
That's all I'm gonna say. Like, I'm a theorist. I love theory. So anything that's fun that you can find out. Like my guy, he was asking me, what's the point of having a theory if it doesn't change anything, knowing the conclusion of the theory? It's just knowing that I was right, guy. Sometimes it is just that. I'm not gonna lie to you. Sometimes it is just that. Was I tripping to have this hunch? Like next time I see a hunch like this, if I'm right now, when I see a hunch like this again, you think I'm gonna let Oda fool me?
Right.
You think I'm gonna let him do? No, I'm gonna have it figured out. So that's kind of how I look at this type of thing.
But even to that point though, I don't think that it's completely fair to say that would not change the story. Like it could, because now it gives like an interest to like who really is his mother. Because like
And
it's
that's what we were talking about. I didn't cut you off. That's what we were talking about because
yeah.
Oda said the mothers of One Piece are not important. So if this ends up being true, it would now mean that the mother of Luffy has to be important. And I told him this because no matter what you say, we know why. We know why Kuma sent every straw hat to the island they were at. What's good, night? What's good, nighttime? But we don't know why Kuma sent Luffy to Amazon Lily. We have no idea why that happened.
Exactly.
And there's only one thing I can say. It has to be connected to Luffy's mother. It's an island full of women. Whether it be that Dragon had some connection to Amazon Lily, I would think it was through Luffy's mother. Well, no matter, I'm not saying the Croco Mom theories or the whatever theories is out there. I'm just saying, as feasible as this is, it has to math somewhere down the line. Because if it doesn't, why did Luffy go to Amazon Lily? What was Kuma's reasoning to send him there? We know why. He saw Soviet King. He said, "All right, bet we're gonna send you over here because this guy, he's on that same hero type of timing, and you're a hero. Soviet King's a hero. He sent him there. Nami does weather. He sends for the area. You know what I'm saying? Zoro showed him that he was a swordsman with gusto. Kuma even said, "Dang, this is enough pain in this bubble to knock me out." That's New World Kuma, Warlord Evolutionary Kuma. But no, pre-time skip Zoro is like, nah, nothing happened, bro. He's all right, but I'm gonna send you to Mihawk. Facts. You got what it takes. I don't know if Mihawk gonna kill you. I don't know if you're gonna end up earning his respect. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm gonna take my chance. I'm gonna send you to Mihawk because I ain't never seen a swordsman this thorough since a Mihawk. I could understand that.
Yeah.
Where is it that you said, where down the line did you go, hey, you know what? I'm gonna send Dragon. You know what? He's Dragon's son. I'm gonna just send him to an island full of hoes. No, that's not the thought. That's not the thought process that went into that. I feel like he said, yo, I'm gonna send you to this island, either because this is where Dragon learned armament hockey or something like that, because we know the Kuja are good with hockey, or maybe he sent him there because he know Rayleigh had connections to Shaki, and he wanted Rayleigh to go swim to go get Luffy, because he did tell Luffy, Rayleigh did tell, Kuma did tell Luffy what's up. He even revisited the bar to finish telling them what he had, but we didn't pull up until after Marine.
Right.
Rayleigh didn't pull up no time before that, so it's insinuating that there's still some type of missing plot point that we don't.
Do you think that Luffy's mom is in connection with the previous princess of Amazon Lily going missing? You think that could be the same person?
You cutting up. Say you cutting in and out.
You can hear me now?
Yeah.
But I was saying, do you think that Luffy's mom has any connection with the previous princess of Amazon Lily that went missing? You think that could be the same person? And Dragon pulled up over there?
Possibly, yeah.
Pulled on the best one?
And he's really him, the way he sees him energy when he plays board, then I would have to say him is going after. He's doing the same thing his son is doing. His son was able to turn the head of the Empress. So why would I think the father was any less capable? No matter how it happened, whether it was an accident or what.
Yeah,
I would just say Dragon is him.
That would be dope.
I mean, Oda did reveal her in SBS.
If they did that, would Boa and Luffy be related if they did that?
Not necessarily, because the line of Amazon Lily isn't through like Boa Hancock and Luffy. If Luffy has a daughter, she's not. They're gonna call her princess, but doesn't necessarily mean she becomes the Empress.
Okay.
The most beautiful determines the strength on Amazon Lily. So because she's Boa Hancock's daughter, yeah, she's supposed to grow up to be a head turner for sure. So I would guess that she would become the most beautiful. And because, Luffy genes and Boa's genes, it just makes sense that she'd be a boxer for real. But naturally, if there's another woman on the island and that woman is more beautiful and got better hockey and could punch and throw a right hook a little better than Luffy's daughter, that person would be the person that the Emperor. because the most beautiful they view is beautiful. Beauty defies strength to them, or
Right.
strength defies beauty. One of the two.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's good though?
Yeah.
Nighttime. What's the word, guy?
Man, chilling. I was really trying to wait to try to interject anywhere or try to like get some context, but I'm still kind of lost at what the general premise of the topic was at the moment.
Well, I made a discovery. I found out that the kanji used that Garp you call when Garp calls who not Kuzan, when Garp calls Dragon Sun, the kanji used to describe the word sun in Japanese,
Yeah.
it's not the quote unquote sun you would just think where it's like blood related sun. It also means sun as in son law. So take that for what you will. It's because it could mean son or it can mean son in law. It's a coin toss. So take that for what you will, but I found that and I just kind of wanted to see what was the thoughts on it going around. It's really Reed's theory, my guy right here. Straw Hat Reed. This is really his theory that we talked about a little bit more extensively on his podcast before. But yeah, definitely something very interesting to know.
Yeah, I remember us having that discussion once on Instagram, and
Yeah.
I felt like he was spitting.
Yeah. I mean, it's
because they look very similar.
I know it's crazy.
Panel, I was like, oh damn, yeah.
Yeah, the panel of Dragon and Rocks. I mean, I know it's crazy. They look kind of similar. They look kind of similar, man.
Let me see. Anybody got this panel?
Yeah, somebody who at I know what crazy. Hold on, let me look. I'm sure Blue, if you can hear me, you might have it faster than I can. Can you post a panel in the chat of Dragon and Rocks?
Yeah,
I know you might have a Rocks panel somewhere and a Dragon panel somewhere. I think it's really that Widow's Peak thing.
Yeah,
I think it's really that Widow's Peak thing right now. But the point is, the only two people got it, man. So hey, listen, you know what I mean? If it look like a duck, quack like a duck, motherfucker might be a duck.
Dragon look nothing like.
Yeah, I might get it for you too.
I could definitely see it.
I got you right here.
I also, if you look into the chat, I also dropped the panel that I'm talking about of the kanjis explaining what we're talking about as far as where, because you might be asking what kanjis the Japanese translator pointed it out specifically.
I just dropped it in the chat too.
Which chat is it in?
Yeah, just dropped it in the chat. I'm actually about to screenshot this picture.
It's right here in the it's just the bottom.
Yeah, you can look at what we're talking in.
I'm trying to do that right now. I guess I'm old as hell, bro.
Okay, I know how to use it on your phone or you on the computer. Okay, bet.
I see exactly what y'all mean about the Widow's Peak.
Yeah, I'm just saying, the smile is almost verbatim the same. One just got his mouth.
Look at that chin, bro. The chin is like, bro.
And
I ain't gonna
throw it out there right now.
For sure, if he's dead. That nigga like Tupac. But what you
call Cuba, bro?
Nah, that nigga Rocks. Not Rocks. That nigga Dragon almost looks a little evil. You know what I mean? So seeing him right next to Rocks can like really, you know what I mean? It just is confirming something in my head.
My theory going back to because Dragon, it's either that he's or, and I want to let me explain the son-in-law dynamic part real quick because I believe I just peeped what you did. Paul, the son-in-law thing, we got to remember what we saw from Kiros and King Riku. Me and Trip were on here earlier. We were talking like, look, I was playing devil's advocate. I was saying, let's say he's not his son. It's not his son, because when you look at the context of when in the last episode, you see this episode, he really got mad and was like, "Yo, my son left Marine. He was pissed as hell about it. Would you be that pissed if your son-in-law left the Marines? It makes context crazy because Riku got real close with Kiros to the point where Kiros probably most likely looked up to that man and respected that man as his father. I think if it's a situation in the same light, then it would have to be more so like took in Dragon from when he was very, very young, close to the ace type of timing. Maybe when he was a baby, he was just to the point where he raised Garp. I mean, Garp raised Dragon to the point where he's like, okay, like just like Kiros, he pretty much was raising him, teaching him like the battle, making him fight, and earned respect in the kingdom. And then he got involved with Kiros' daughter. I can literally see Garp training this young man becoming prevalent in what he's doing, and then this young man probably taking a liking to Garp's actual daughter, because Luffy doesn't look like his father. Luffy looks like his father, but on rare occasion. He doesn't look like his father. He looks like his grandfather. And the only thing I can say for that is either Dragon's not related to him, or maybe Dragon went something like Denjiro, where he was so pissed that his face changed. Literally, like how Denjiro did in Wano, where he was so mad, he literally stood in a room and was like, oh, and he raged and his face literally changed. Because notice, Luffy only looks like Dragon if he's in Gear 4. When Luffy's in Snake Man or in Tank Man, he looked like his dad. Otherwise, if he's not in those gears, he does not like his dad. And, you know, Gear 5, he definitely don't look like his dad no more. Once he got white hair, it was done. So take that for what you will. Just saying. It's a little uncanny that, you know, the son looked like his granddad, but don't look like his dad. You feel me? That's weird. I just had a son, and he looks just like me and his granddad. So take that for what you want. You feel me? He's 4 months old. Take that for what you want.
I wanted to know,
bro.
Were y'all still on the theory that this is a dream in this chapter, or like a simulation, or have we jumped bridge from
Nah.
Yeah. No, I took a W. It was proof. I said this was a simulation. That's exactly what it is.
Okay, I don't think it was a dream, because like they was insinuating in the chapter that it was the absinthe that they was drinking that causes hallucinations, and then when that boy Usopp got packed up, got little tap on the chin, that's when I was like, all right, this something else. And then on top of that, I had to read the chapter beforehand. It was saying like, you know, even on the giant ship, you know, just the old pointing this out like, even on a giant ship, they haven't reached Elbaf in 2 days. So obviously they must have hit some type of, what's that thing? I remember it from Percy Jackson, the lotus flower or something like that.
Oh,
like
okay.
they hit something.
Okay.
Yeah, not in the same sense of where it's about pleasure, but they just hit somewhere to where it's like, you know, they hit to some dream realm that somebody controls.
Okay.
You know, and I feel like that's what's kind of going on right now.
Okay. I can see that.
Like, and then also how it's just happening, it's just kind of, you know, all of a sudden, you know, especially with how like we were just on the boat, we partying, we chilling. Of course, we went through all of this his side storytelling, and when we tap right back in with the ship, you know, I think we just talked. We still partying a little bit, I remember, and then boom, we wake up. So I'm just like, all right, Oda finna break this story down. You know, I'm just gonna break it down. But I just feel like we had somebody on this somebody, and then the whole giant shit where they in a room and then they figure out that they basically like Toy Story, basically. And then they are getting chased by the quote unquote sun god, which I don't believe that's the sun god. He kind of hinted at that not being the sun god when he came in saying, "Oh, sun god gonna be mad if we don't whoop the whoop." You know what I mean? But
you seen Zoro was about to walk that nigga down. Stop playing with him. I ain't gonna hold you. Top one Elbaf. Someone's in the top one Elbaf fit, looking at him walking down 3 swords. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was scared for him. Not for Zoro, but for the other guy. I ain't gonna hold you.
No, facts. And what's even crazier is that what made me laugh is when Buddy came on that little cricket or whatever, and he basically just putting a battery pack in Luffy back, like, hey yo, bro, there's the god of this and the god of that and the god of this, and then don't go over there, bro, because no nigga come back from that. And he Zoro
Yeah,
in that back,
I love
Zoro
those.
in that back just
Those
like,
were,
hey, yo, the
yeah,
whole
I love
time.
those were Skypiea callbacks. Like literally, I'm
Type.
gonna post the panel. Those were Skypiea callbacks, and it really
Yeah.
had me like, okay, bet. Oh, and real quick, shout out to Blue because he just dropped it. If you take a look in the chat, it says, and there are more characters of note, fierce legends of the era. With the dissolution of the Seven Warlords, a good number of high bounties are set to be reissued. We see Mihawk, Boa Hancock, Buggy, Dragon, Rayleigh, and Rocks. I have an excuse for why everyone is on here except for Rocks. And it says bounties reissued. Why is Rocks why are we being told that Rocks is going to have a bounty reissued?
Mm.
It can't be dead. That's how I look at it. But moving forward, let me look for that panel I was just about to say.
But Tupac.
That boy Tupac for real. Stop playing.
The Rocks is not dead, bro. There's no way.
Not at all.
There's
I
no
just posted
way.
a panel. I just posted a panel in the chat. That basically just shows and tells us, like, showing you the same moments that they had in Skypiea, they're actually having right now. And I don't think we're on LBAF. I don't care what nobody says. To literally say this is LBAF and we're on LBAF, I do not think they're on LBAF, bro. Because as of right now, I still like there's no less redundant and cool to say that it's Shiki that did this. How did the Straw Hat ship get from the middle of the fucking ocean, that LBAF ship that's bigger than theirs and faster than theirs? How did they get from next to them all the way to LBAF when they were way to LBAF? Mm-hmm. So we outsped them by how many miles? How many leagues? How did that happen? The only time I've seen that happen is Strong World. Shiki made the ship fly and then we was able to go, no problem. But otherwise than that, I don't understand how we might be on LBAF. My interesting perspective, my boy ABK was telling me we might actually be on, this could be the man marked by flames. We could actually be on his ship. He could be a giant. If not a giant, maybe he has a devil fruit that helps him manipulate size. And maybe he shrunk the Straw Hats, and now they think that they're on a ship that's for giants, but it's actually not. You guys just got shrunk. But I don't know how bad that
is. Man in here. What's going on?
What's up, Trent? But yeah, guys, I don't know how I'm really doing that one.
I'm just thinking, I've never heard that.
Yeah.
But
that's what
it's possible.
I ain't gonna lie. I feel like everyone should pause right now because this nigga Goo is spitting. I think he's on the money. I think he's on the money. I think that makes a lot more sense because even like when we hear the Straw Hats like depict the terrain they were just on, it was like when we was cooking that shit we beat up earlier, we smelled a bad smell. That must have been the plastic.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah. I think he's spitting. I could see it. Then the enemy.
I'm at a loss on the topic of conversation. What was the consensus? What's going on here?
So what bro was saying was
basically, I don't think we're on LBAF until we outright get told this is LBAF and we're on LBAF. I do not think we're on LBAF. I had a conversation with my guy yesterday, and he spun some stuff by me just to open my frame of mind of thinking. And until I get complete confirmation, I don't think this is LBAF, because the editors also did say at the end of Egghead that LBAF was not starting until like end of October, beginning of November. We're not there yet, so I'm not going to think that we are there. We could be there in a chapter or 2, 3 chapters for sure. But as of right now, I'm not going to just jump off the window and say, yo, we are on LBAF. We just found out that we're in something. It could be LBAF. You see the tree, you see all this, all that. We could be on LBAF, but I need them to outright say it before I just say, yo, we're on LBAF for sure.
No, I think you're 1,000% right. I'm not gonna lie, and that could be the man marked by, even if it's not the man marked by flames. If it's just a solo dude, freelancer, just out and about, and he shrunk the Straw Hats down. Like if we think about like the villains so far that we just been facing, it's been a cat, it's been a snake, we see a dude pull up on a grasshopper. Now, whether he's from LBAF or not, if he was able to get shrunk down to that size too, Damn, I'm not gonna lie. It makes sense. Just cause like the layout of what they've been describing.
It could be a devil fruit ability, you know? It could really be a devil fruit ability. Like if you even think about it, just adding, right? I don't know if anyone's ever seen 3D2Y. One Piece 3D2Y, Barnaby World. He literally dressed as a Viking.
Oh
You
shit!
get what I'm saying? Barnaby World literally dressed as a Viking and had this same power we're speaking of. But I don't know how canon of a character we can argue he is. Now
Yeah.
they could either to make a devil fruit that is a derivative from Barnaby World's devil fruit, or it could be Barnaby World's devil fruit. But I don't think he was able to do what he was able to do to people. He was able to do it to objects. He could change the size of objects.
Yeah, it was.
I think this character that we're seeing now is able to do it with actual people.
Do you think Loki has anything to do with it?
I've been saying that. I think it's Loki.
Yeah,
I think if it's not that, I think it's Loki.
That makes a lot of
I'm gonna be
sense.
real. So check this out, right? Peep this in the chat that I'm about to drop. So basically, I'm this on. This is Twitter's always listen. Anytime a chapter or episode drops, just check Twitter. Check Twitter in the first 5 hours of that drop, and you'll see the spiciest shit you can ever find, referring to that context.
The spiciest shit you'd ever find.
The spiciest. Any agenda. The Zoro fans will tell you Zoro's top one after Zoro cuts a tree. They will tell you that. Swear to God.
Yeah.
They'll have the craziest panels. You damn near
Not too much on my dog, man. Not too much on my dog, man. Not too much on my dog.
Listen, I'm with the Zoro hype. Walk down Woro. That's his new nickname for me right now. Woro. He walked down.
Hey, yo.
I'm with that. That nigga be bloodless.
Hey, I've already told you what I think going on, Nika. So I ain't going too much input on that. I'm gonna just hear y'all takes on it.
I'm about to say you told me, but the rest of the board ain't hear you. So shoot, you never know. Somebody here might be on your side. But it's spooky right now. It's spooky. I don't want to just say we in Elbath. I don't want to say we not, but I just don't want to think that I don't think it's that cut and dry that we're just in Elbath right now. Because we would still want to. I think Oda separated these Straw Hats to possibly have them. I think Vivi's about to come into play. Like she's either about to meet either this half or she's gonna meet the other half probably before we really get to the Elbath, the Elbath stuff. But hey, I don't know.
What you think about the tree? With the tree of Yggdrasil that they saw, I mean, do you feel like that
I'll
could?
put it to you like this: as far as that tree goes,
Yeah.
it's I'm looking at that tree. The tree is pretty much just as big as the giant beanstalk from Skypiea.
Yeah.
And I would argue that the mangrove trees in the Sabaody are probably, somewhat scaled to the same size. Probably not as big, but I know for sure this isn't an actual Yggdrasil tree. This is probably just a branch broken off of the motherfucking Adam tree that's like planted in the ground in there type shit.
I agree. That's what I believe. Because the Yggdrasil tree is supposed to be this big ass tree. When we seen Kid pull up to Elbath, we literally see the tree be literally in the distance in the background. Like it's a big tree that is literally like in width, in size of width, it's like wide as hell. The tree we see in this simulation is skinny as shit. And it looks like the beanstalk shit that Trip is talking about. So I don't think this is like I said, I don't think this is Elbath. I think this is maybe it's one of the, if it is Elbath, they'd have to come out and say it, and then at that point I'd expect it to be one of these 9 realms. But I don't think it's Elbath. But it could be Loki. Loki is a really good option. And this thing that I dropped in the chat, it's literally showing that we've seen this figure with the horns. We've seen a figure just like that in chapter, I think 1096 or 1196. I think it's 1096.
Valley chapter. You talking about Battleship?
Yeah, people been saying that that's the same figure. I don't know, but it does look kind of, you know what I mean? Like I said, like Doug in the Cloud, the possibility is, like I said, if that means this is the man marked by flames, everything my guy ABK said would happen. The man marked by flames would be someone that is tied to the government, like Shiru said, and has trying to stop pirates from accessing the One Piece by keeping one of the rogue opponents for themselves. So it would make sense if that's the case. Like if we bust out, let's say they go all the way to the other side of this simulation, this RPG simulation. That's what I'm gonna go with. they bust out the other side, I can understand they bust out and they bust out onto a ship. They're still on a ship. They're still at sea, but in the ship that they're on is the man marked by flame ship,
Black ship.
and not the actual ship. Exactly, not the actual, not the actual straw hat ship, or it could be the straw hat ship on man marked by flame ship. Because if he is a giant, then whatever the case may be. But if he's not a giant, that would tell me that he has the devil fruit that shrunk everybody to the size they are now. Because then that would mean he is the guy that was at God Valley.
Okay.
And that guy was just the same size as Garlings. So I wouldn't think, giant, if you get what I'm saying.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I don't think that guy that was on that grasshopper, that cricket, I don't think he's originally from Elbaf. Because for him to even call that cat sun god Nika, I didn't like that. It seems like too fake, like too Euphoria world. Like
He didn't call the cat sun god. He didn't call the cat sun god.
who he called the sun god?
But he was referring to, he was referring to the animals as just like gods, ear god, sun god, and stuff like that. So I was figuring he was meaning, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that just seemed too. Yeah, I don't know. That seemed too. That sounded like the words of somebody who's been on the ship too long and shrunk down at that size too long. You don't really know it, especially if you're there by yourself. You don't really know what's going on. Or this is just like a whole new
society. He got caught and put into that simulation a long time ago, and now he's just part of that world.
Exactly.
Eating it up. I got you.
Boy's an NPC now.
I think they're clearly aware of their situation as far as the inhabitants of this place, because he says his duty is to maintain the castle. He's clearly riding on a giant grasshopper. Like, how fucking normal is that? Even if you are from the fucking real world and you've become shrunk down, like, it's apparent to you that I'm on a fucking giant grasshopper. This is not normal. You know what I'm saying? And then you have the whole everything being blocks. Luffy and them not knowing, just setting up a grill pit with the fucking stones they find. That's not fucking stones. They don't know no better. I imagine the other people do, which even going into the whole, if the tree catches fire, everything here is doomed because all this shit will just start fucking melting. I imagine they're aware of it. You know what I mean?
Tell your shit.
I told Nika earlier, I think it was a couple of days ago, I think I told Ree as well. Fucking, I think the giant, the sun god that we're seeing, I feel like just based on the shoes and the footwear and shit, I think it's the female that's on Hydruden's crew. If not her, probably a female from her clan, given that they would rock the same kind of fit type shit. So I'm leaning towards a clan of Valkyries. One of the Valkyries could be Loki's daughter, which is why Loki in turn fucking captured the straw hats on some, hey baby girl, I got a gift for you. It's at your dollhouse. Go see what I got for you. Which is why she walked into the situation like, hold the fuck up. What the hell is this? You know what I'm saying?
Type shit.
It's and the people in that cage, I think they're regular humans who found themselves in Elbaf. However, Elbaf is not we haven't seen Elbaf from all we know, but I don't believe if it's a land of giants, it's not a land that's meant to inhabit humans. So in order to keep those humans safe, you keep in this little cage of a country or whatever and shit, which would kind of it would be a twist on Midgard in a sense. You know what I'm saying? For the whole Norse mythology, it'd be a play on Midgard. Like, this is the realm of the humans and shit. You know what I'm saying? The regular size people. Because, for the sun god person walked in talking about my country type shit. You know what I'm saying? So they're clearly like, on some dominion reign over this place. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. But it's still a couple of holes in that theory. But like, that's kind of where I was leaning toward the theory.
It's crazy trick. Because I was sitting here thinking, I was like, dang, if that is the girl, let's say they were on the ship, they did hit, the Green Fairy was hit, they did do something stupid and made the ship steer off course from that ship that they were originally on. This figure was probably coming out to meet the giants, meet Elbaf, whatever, meet them, whatever the case may be, and probably saw them all course and trying to help get them back on course, probably get them back to the giant ship. That's a weird thing, random, weird, but I can see Oda doing that if that is that girl, because technically she would have to be an ally to the giants.
The whole in that theory originally was that she's a member of the Grand Fleet, so why would you be abducting, the Straw Hat ship type shit?
What if she was rescuing them?
I'm saying if it's not a rescue, I'm saying it's more so a sign of, because she's carrying on this whole sun god persona, right? So I'm thinking that alone is in tribute to Luffy and what Luffy represents. But I'm thinking like, it's probably someone like an admirer of hers, or her father, which could be Loki, you know what I'm saying, or whatever the case is, on some like just captured them as a gift to her, you know what I'm saying. And so when she finds out that these are the Straw Hats, she's gonna actually free them and shit, you know what I'm saying. Like, oh, this is all a big misunderstanding, you know what I mean. But
yeah.
But yeah, I think I'd more so like if it's just a female from like a Valkyrie clan, and it's like the daughter of Loki, because in the actual mythology, one of Loki's daughters rules over Helheim. She rules over Helheim, and she's the only she's the only one of Loki's children that actually rules a realm. You know what I'm saying? The others are just like, terrifying beasts and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
One of them being Jormungandr. You know what I'm saying? And then also in this room, one of the guardians there is a snake called Hilmengandr. A play on the name type shit. So it's it was kind of fit. For me, it's fitting in that sense. But I'm gonna let Oda cook. This is where I don't want to like start over. Like I was talking with Nika earlier, I don't want to over theorize, and then like all of a sudden I'll be met with disappointment when the truth is actually unfolded. So I'm gonna just really let Oda do some cooking, since he kind of set up a lot of groundwork for the theories to run rampant like this. So I'm like, okay, let's see what he puts in the pot. He got a lot of ingredients out right here. Let's see what he puts in his pot. You know what I'm saying?
I think I'm really interested to see.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, just to bring back the point that Nika was bringing up. I really am interested to see Vivi. I feel like she will be a part of this arc. I'm just interested to see what role she will play and who she meets first. To his point, I know he was talking about a while ago that they have it split up to where the Straw Hats that she does know are in one area and the ones that she doesn't know is in another area. So she could wind up going to Elbaf with the part of the crew that she doesn't know, which of course that part of the crew also includes Nico Robin, who she clearly doesn't have a good past with.
We talked about this before.
Yeah.
And so I remember last time we talked about it, I was saying basically, last time we heard, she saw that Luffy had accepted Nico Robin onto the crew, and she had told Pellin them, or it was Fukuro, whatever his name is, she had told him if Luffy chose that, then she's gonna trust Luffy in that decision. So to see her meet back up with Nico Robin, and then Nico Robin's like, okay, well, we don't know where the other Straw Hats are, and these are the new Straw Hats you haven't met, and she gets to show Vivi a new side to her. That would be a lot of good dialogue and a lot of character growth for those two characters specifically.
Yeah.
And then when you get the actual crew, the Straw Hat 5 that meet her, the East Blue 5 plus Chopper that actually meet back with Vivi, the charisma of the whole crew, in synergy, it will hit so hard because now she actually is
Basta 6.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Basta 6. Yeah.
Or you can say that, Alabasta 6. Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah. That'll be good, especially to give Robin some spotlight.
Yes,
finally, towards the beginning of these arcs. I mean, she kind of gets overshadowed a lot of times, but it would be a good time for Robin to kind of get her moment, and instead of just being in the background. And like you said, the dynamic of her and Vivi, and just the character development that's happened along the way, and what can happen with them together as well on Elbaf. I don't know. That's something I'm really interested to see what they're going to do with that.
As far as Robin goes, the main thing I'm excited for Robin is for her to walk into the new library that Saul created in Elbath. I can't wait for that. She gonna meet Saul and then gonna uncover the books that was she gonna get to see all the books that was saved. Like just that entire experience of what was once lost being tangible again for her. Like I can't wait to see that happen for her.
Yeah, you said that last stream. You said you can't wait for her to, and her to tell like Saul that she has friends now,
Yeah, that'd be beautiful.
people that care about her.
Zaza,
I think this is gonna be Robin's arc. I think
Listen,
this
it's
is
supposed to be
definitely Robin's
supposed to be a lot of people's art.
Yeah.
Usopp
Yeah.
supposed to get some love, so
He better.
I could see this being Usopp and Robin's arc. You gotta give shine to people that aren't in that top tier of the Straw Hats. So I'm with
I
it.
think this is gonna be a arc for the entire crew in a sense, but each one will have their own sense of they'll have their, which is why I'm not against them getting separated individually into the different 9 realms. I just don't think Oda has enough kind of time for that type of shit. But I wouldn't be mad at it. But like I expect Frankie to, especially now that Lilith is with them, there should be a certain level of abundance of natural resources. Keyword natural resources. Should be an abundance of natural resources for him to further any advancement to the ship or himself, for power ups. Of course, Robin with her experience with Saul and shit, and just probably being able to go train with like the Valkyries. You know what I'm saying? In the sense of like making her Demono Fleur form even stronger type shit. You know what I mean? Nami with the fucking I ain't even gonna lie to you. I expect if Mother Caramel's Prometheus is there, I expect her to get it. I expect that to be. I expect her to
I
claim
never thought of that, bro.
if Mother Caramel's Pro there, I expect her to claim that off rip.
I never thought of that at all. I've never thought of
fucking Zoro. I expect for Zoro to learn a variation of the Ikoku sovereignty.
Yes, sir.
I expect him to learn a variation of the Ikoku sovereignty.
Yes, sir.
Sanji, I don't necessarily need a strength feat, but this is where he should start pushing the line for his cooking in all blue search. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But I know that's not what a lot of I know a lot of people are meatheads. I'm more so about what his actual dream is. I want him to start pushing forward towards that. Fucking, Usopp, of course, to just not be shook in front of these giants. You know what I'm saying? And like to really live up to the God Usopp hype.
He's gonna get Mjolnir. He's gonna get Mjolnir, bro. He's gonna get Mjolnir.
I hope that's not the case. I hope whatever the case is, if he can get a hammer, not get a hammer, whatever the case is. I just want him to actually live up to this. I want him to live up to his false hype. You know what I'm saying? In a sense, type shit. But
I expect a lot of. Wait, look at these.
I expect a lot of good things. I expect a lot of good things for all the Straw Hats. Brook. What do I expect from Brook as far as an improvement for him? Shit. If the Helheim realm is a thing, I expect Brook to at least be able to like summon lost souls or some shit like that. I don't fucking know. Like I can't really like get to thinking of power ups for Brook, given
I want to talk about
what his character actually represents type shit. You know what I'm saying? I just like
like an ice realm.
It's a Helheim is cold as shit. Or you're talking about the realm of the frost giants. There's that too.
Yeah.
I again, if Oda to go into the room scene, like again, about the country, right? So of course there are, if not states, there's different cities. Different cities can quote unquote be the different realms of Elbaf that serve purposes, the parallels to the Norse mythology realms and shit like that. So again, I know it's not just going to be one big ass country of just one blanket Viking culture. I imagine it's going to be different areas, you know, type like even though Valkyrie shit I'm pushing, that's coming from the area of there's an Amazon lily, a tribe full of Amazonians. You know, another female race shrouded in lore that's not race, but another female group shrouded in lore that's strong warriors are the Valkyries. If we're here
Right.
in if we're here in Elbaf, land of the giants, big Viking lore, you know, sprinkled with some Norse mythos, give me Valkyries. By all means, please, I'll take them. You know what I'm saying?
I've been
Let,
thinking like because we just seen in the chapter 4 about the whole Bartholomew, right? You know, him pulling up on basically like representing our head as like, oh, I'm about to pull up and hook you up. Do y'all think if Luffy crew pulls up on Elbaf, it might be an issue even though they got the giants with them?
An issue in what way?
Yeah, an issue how? Like
Like,
between him
no,
and Shanks?
yeah, because don't Shanks run Elbaf?
he
Yeah,
don't. That's the
he owns it, but he is supposed to have like some
simply
balance towards it.
it simply implied he has friends there. And so we don't necessarily know why his fleet was as well. I guess that's why people are falling into that assumption.
Yeah,
But I'm of the mindset that Elbath itself is a sovereign nation in the sense
yeah,
of
yeah.
I'm expecting I want Elbath to be like a safe haven for all the races that you know don't have a safe place in the world of One Piece.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like fishmen
That
who
makes
can't
sense.
get to Fishman Island. I expect to see them in Elbaf. Fucking Tontadas. I expect to see them in Elbaf. I expect to see some Lunarians in Elbaf. I ain't gonna
Okay.
say
Yep.
expect. Expect is a strong word, but like if I see some Lunarians in Elbaf, I wouldn't be surprised. I would be like ecstatic about it because it makes sense that this is a place where you come refuge because the world government has no actual presence here. There's not a cipher pull. You know what I'm saying? These niggas ain't like knocking at your door trying to get y'all to join the reverie. It's actual beef between this race and tribe of people and the world government. You know what I'm saying? So I'm of the mindset that we're gonna see a lot of forgotten races in Elbaf. I expect to see some Skypenians. I hope Rouge is here. Honestly,
Oh,
truth be
that'd
told,
be great.
because truth be told, since we've entered the new world, other than fish, the new world. Since we've gotten to the new world, other than Fishman Island, we have come across a supernova in every arc.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So therefore, I believe in Elbath here, the supernova we come into contact with that becomes part of our, I guess our journey in this place of Elbath. I expect it to be Uruj, and I'm hoping he's here. I hope we get to see him.
Uh,
Yeah.
Speaking of, worst generation, my only question is, what part of Elbath did Kid see when he went up against One Armed Deadbeat? That's a question that's been bothering me. Which part of Elbath did he see?
He saw the sea.
Okay, I know, but I'm like,
Y'all
which
trying to be
part of
funny.
the land of Elbath was Shanks on? Whatever.
That's what I was
I
about
want
to
to
say.
know.
You can't call it yet because there was no official tie box for like the police. We just know that was Elbath for one.
Mm-hmm.
But two, uh, what we saw of Shanks was him walking shore. So we didn't even really get to see where in the city or in the country he was coming from, other than like a bar, tavern, or whatever the case.
Yeah.
So it's I couldn't tell you. They could have been in the Asgard of Elbath. They could have been in the Niflheim of Elbath. Who fucking knows? But yeah, it's gonna be a thing. You know what I'm saying? Because I think it's very not weird, but interesting how we get to these islands and they still, even though it's an island, quote unquote, it still kind of has the structure of a country or a state. that's like broken off into cities and shit like that, or
Mhm.
regions. You know what I'm saying? So, what region of Elbath he was in, only God knows for real. For real.
Yeah.
Couldn't tell you.
Zaza, I got a question for you.
What's up? What up?
Did it make your blood boil when they got to the chopper panel and he was crying in Nami's arms? 'Cause I know you be
Hell
hurt.
yeah.
I saw
Hell yeah.
it.
He
I didn't even
said,
pay
Nigga,
attention
"I
to that
know."
shit.
Hell
I
Bro
yeah.
didn't
said,
pay
"I
attention to
know
that
you
shit.
be."
Yo, bro, he seen that panel. He took a break
Yeah.
from reading the chapter. On God.
No, no, no.
he probably
I
didn't even finish
literally
reading.
He
skipped.
said, yo,
I
let me
literally
go
skipped my.
answer some of my DMs. I'll read the rest of the chapter
I
later.
literally just rolled right past it. I was like, yo, let me get to it. I saw it. Went, nope. Let me get to the. Let me.
Yo,
I
Chopper
know
would
you be
reveal.
hating.
Chopper
It's
would reveal that
crazy
he knows
though.
where the One Piece is, and Zaza will miss that whole panel, bro.
Yeah.
If the druggie
Zaza will
finds
miss that
out
whole panel.
what the One Piece
Crazy.
is, if the insecure crackhead finds out what One Piece is, I'm done with One Piece. I'm dropping it like a bad habit. I promise you. I
You
promise you
gotta
right
chill,
now,
bro.
man.
Chopper's forest guy, bro. You gotta chill.
Blasphemy.
Nah, that nigga is Perkio. I ain't gonna.
I will drop it like a bad
Perkio,
habit.
wow. Oh
Bro,
my.
bro sold one Rumble ball. All of a sudden, he Pablo Escobar to you niggas. What's going
What?
on, man?
Sold?
He didn't even sell it. He gave it to his.
Nah,
He gave it
He
to us.
gave the
He ain't even
homies.
moving it for
Yeah,
real.
First of all,
bro. Y'all
All
calling
know
of a
he
him
sudden,
gave
the
him
he
a
insecure
sample,
Pablo.
bro.
pharmacist.
Bro,
Y'all
he
know what
gave him
All
a
of a sudden,
sample. He said, "Yo,
he
test this
Pablo,
shit out.
I'm
nigga.
Let me
doing
know if the
this.
Mhm.
streets really fucking with it, bro."
First
Like,
of
you
all,
Right.
feel me?
I
Before
call
he
him
become a
He was
street
on
insecure
his power
pharmacist.
druggie.
type timing.
Oh my god.
Top percent pack trick, bro. Stop playing with him.
Bro, oh my.
That nigga still
Yo,
Tony
popping them though.
Montana chopper, huh?
Yo,
Tony
can we?
Montana chopper, huh?
Yo,
See
we were
Crazy.
we were having a nice conversation. Can we move on
It's
past
still a
it?
nice conversation. It's
Yeah.
not, you know.
No, it's not a nice
You know
conversation.
what? You know what? This proves that Chopper is a YN. He them young niggas.
Tell
Yo,
Tony
bro,
Montana chopper,
listen,
nigga.
Selling the
Tony
product and
Montana
using it.
chopper,
yo,
bro.
bro,
yeah,
Chopper
Oh,
being
man.
trapped with Kane, bro. Stop playing.
Yeah, you right.
with
Kane
Kane,
and Monet,
bro.
bro. And Monet, bro. Stop playing. Stop playing,
Oh
yo.
my
I
god.
don't know.
Tony Tejada,
Listen.
bro. Tony Tejada.
Y'all just pray to the heavens above, right? That this man Rumble Ball pack don't just like fall on the ground and some random ants find that shit, bro. It's going down.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. He got that raw cut.
Yo,
Step on me.
Yeah,
I
nah,
ain't gonna lie.
facts.
Chopper shit not
yo.
step on you. It's
Bro,
the raw.
Hey, I'm not
I
gonna.
don't care about none of that.
Bro got that straight drop, nigga.
I've been looking through the channel again.
yo,
I mean, not the channel, the chapter again, and I'm noticing something like just particular with the scaling, like, and this I feel like even feeds more into Goo's point earlier, what he was saying about it could be a dude with a variation of Burn D World's fruit or ability, because I'm noticing all the animals are really just like up to scale. Like if imagine if the Straw Hats were the size of like a grasshopper, like height wise, eye to eye, every other animal in this chapter like suits that. Like the mice or the rats are just about a little bit bigger. We got hawks, we got snakes that are like relative to the size that they would be in real
That's what
life.
I was telling that to Nika that that's how I clocked originally that in the earlier chapters when we just like, when the in the earlier chapters before we found out that this is a simulation, I told Nika that I said, "Hey, I don't think those are real giants that we see because
I was with you.
what a giant bee would be to us would be
I
a
was with you.
regular
Oh
size
God,
bee
I was
to a
with you.
giant." Yeah, no, I know. Like what a giant bee would be to us is what a regular size bee would be to a giant type shit. You know what I'm saying? It's giant to us, but to a giant, that would be a regular size bee as far as scaling wise, size scaling and shit.
Yeah,
So when you really look at when you look at the cat that they're running on, look at how it scales the giant that they're running from.
yeah.
It's how a kitten would look to a grown human being. You
exactly,
know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Like, I can't wait to see what happens when we bust outside of the wall
Mm-hmm.
and we're faced with an actual tiger scaled to the size of that kitten. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like how a cat would actually look next to a tiger. I wonder
Yeah,
what the actual tiger in Elbath would look like. Like that'd be nutty, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I imagine imagine it being a whole lot of that going on outside of those walls. It would make sense to, okay, we're gonna keep all the humans here. You know what I'm saying? Because these
Yeah.
motherfuckers get stepped on, ate on, you feel me? Like ain't, you know what I'm saying? Ain't just like this ain't a group of Shankses. This ain't a group of Shanks and Mihawk running around over here. Like it's people Usopp level getting washed up ashore and shit. Now they in Elbaf with nowhere to go. We gotta keep them
Right.
somewhere safe. You know what
Hey,
I'm
you know
saying?
what's
So
funny about this concept? It's funny because that shit would mean that this whole time Luffy and Zoro and them been going Gear 5 against regular house pets. It's not even
yeah, yeah,
laying them the fuck out.
most definitely.
That's
That's
insane.
exactly, bro. That's exactly what I'm saying because, like, you understand. That's I seen some people trolling at first when they said, "Oh, motherfuckers wanted Norse mythology and Luffy's over here knocking out the fucking Jormungandr, like get bodied, all that type of shit." And I'm sitting here like, "Yo,
Give it time.
if you use your deductive reasoning and you understand what Jormungandr was
Right.
in Norse mythology,
Yeah.
and then you think of what Dorian Broggie said about the only thing that this attack can't penetrate is the skin of the red serpent. You know, a lot of people think that's the red line. I think it's an actual fucking giant ass serpent type shit. I'm like,
I
yo,
think
this
I'll be
this
honest with you,
this
I think the giant
module is
serpent is the red
clearly
line.
this giant this module is clearly a mini representation of the outside world for real, of like, you know what I'm saying, Elbaf itself type shit. So
Mm.
and
Yeah.
you know, what did you say, Nika?
No, I was saying I personally am starting to think that the serpent we're talking about created the red line. I'm starting to think that. Like maybe that red like if let's say the Jormungandr was able to shed its skin. Like this is a random hypothetical. Let's say it was able to shed
I'm
its
with
skin.
you.
It
That's all
sheds
you
its
had to say, gang. I'm
yeah,
with you. That's all you had to say. I'm with you.
word.
That's
Like
all you had to say.
it sheds its skin and leave like it literally was large enough to encircle the whole world. It shed its skin and then went down to normal human size. Like let's say if it's Emu, let's say it went back to normal human size, which is Emu himself or herself or itself, whatever the fuck. But the point is, you get it. I would, to me, that would be something that I could deem plausible. Like it seems feasible. Like this is the world eclipsing beast. Like nothing could pierce this thing. The serpent soaked in blood, whatever the case may be. We could say whatever we want and how crazy it sounds, but the giants have told us this thing, this entity exists. So defining and finding out how the entity does exist is now part of the equation. But I'm with you on that. Like I definitely think the red line was created. It was unnaturally created, but through devil fruit ability or through some weird uncanny ability. Boom.
It'd be crazy if it was like the Jormungandr's husk of its skin, because
Mhm.
and that is its skin, so it should still hold the same durable properties as what it is. You know, the shit that's hard for them to penetrate, type shit. And
Type
then
shit.
you have the whole notion of it being wrapped around the world is like, well, in mythology, the Jormungandr actually wraps around the fucking world and shit,
World.
and fucking
Yes.
like
Mhm.
is like biting its own tail type shit. You know what I'm saying? And
Yep.
Ragnarok
That's Ragnar.
happens
Yeah, I was just about to say
when
that's
it
Ragnarok.
Ragnarok happens when it unleashes its tail from its bite type shit. You know what I mean? Or whatever the case. So I'm not against that as far as the husk being the red line or whatever. But long story short, I do believe that the red serpent that they were talking about is an actual its own thing. And I told you why I think that I want the Straw Hats to have a definitive, 10v1 against this thing. You know what I'm saying? I need a big group effort to take down a big baddie. We ain't had that since Oars. I need that. We ain't had that since Oars. I need that.
Yeah. That'd be beautiful. What's up, Cokes? You got something new for us?
I was really just thinking about everything he was saying with the serpent, and I started thinking about the about Scott Pia, because I feel like Scott Pia, even though it's slept on, I don't know why people out of all the arcs, I don't know why people skip that one. I feel like the importance of that arc is just going to continue throughout the show, and I was just looking for more similarities to pull from there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I feel this Elbaf arc is gonna be a clear like not mirroring, but it's gonna have a very strong similarity,
To
even in the
Skype.
sense
Yeah.
of
Gods.
even in the sense of how how in Skypiea there was the Cloud Islands and then the Fairy Verse. You know what I'm saying? Like it being separated in that essence. Like I do believe there's going to be just your regular land of giants, and then you have your actual upper guard, which is the Asgard of the situation type shit. You know what I mean?
I would say this. I'm glad that in this chapter we got to see Luffy go Gear 5. So now the random Sanji slander could stop because he raided into Ifrit when the others didn't. And I still feel like that. I'm glad Oda did that to show like, all right, he still ain't show Zoro going all out 3-sword style, but he definitely.
Bro gonna whip out Astro fucking reason. Trust me. He gonna
Either
whip
that or
it out.
hell, one of those gotta come next because we seen Ifrit in Gear 5, so I'm expecting to actually see, and I expecting him to go crazy pretty soon in some perspective.
If we bust out the other end of this motherfucking thing, and we like bust into the land of Elbaf, and we see what would be a tiger to that cat that we're riding on. Yeah, bro, gonna whip out that Ashura for no fucking reason.
Yep.
He gonna whip it out for no reason.
Yo,
Yeah.
Random, right? Was I the only person in Wano when we was in Wano when Zoro saw that tiger, that white tiger that had the one eye and the sword in his mouth? Was I the only one that said, Zoro, tame that beast and make it yours?
Nah,
That was
Was I the
I
only
said
one
too.
thinking that?
Yeah.
Well,
It's
so
definitely
this is
you.
the thing, right? This is the
You
thing.
mean right, Zaza?
Yeah.
So wait a minute.
My fault. Go ahead, Trip.
Never mind. It's cool. My lady calling me. I gotta answer this. I'll be back.
Fuck that. Do your thing, gangster. Do your
But
thing.
nah, Nick, it was definitely you because I ain't think about that at all. I wanted
Nah,
Zoro to cut that shit up.
that boy Zoro said, Luffy, going ahead. I got this. I said, oh yeah, he about to tame this
That shit
bitch
would've
and
been
take
hard.
it through Wano riding it. Yes, sir.
That would've
In
been
the
hard as
Yasui, but it never happened. Never
That
happened.
would have been cold.
That would have been cool. He didn't even need to take it with him. He could have left it in Wano. It just been his ally every time he come back to Wano. He's the big cat. You feel me? Stop playing.
Facts. I got a poll for y'all though.
Ooh, what's good? What's goody?
I gotta know. After the chapter we just seen, between Zoro and Sanji, who got that shit on more? I feel like we got
Big Zoro, big
we got a few more
Waro. You feel
panels.
me?
On
We got a
what?
few different angles.
Hey, yo, what?
Got on what? What are you
Got on what?
talking about?
The drip.
What we doing?
The drippy, bro. The drip.
Oh,
What
I
he
be
walked that
feeling
nigga.
like
I'm gonna
Sanji.
keep saying it. Walk down water. He was walking that man down. 3 swords, looking at a supposed god.
We looking
No,
at different
niggas, I don't
angles now.
believe
We got extra
in God.
frames. We got different panels. I feel like now is enough time to
It's
get a
Sanji,
clear count.
bro.
What
This
side
is
we
the
on.
you. Who said it's Sanji?
Sanji is me,
Ray,
bro. Sanji's
Reese,
too
Sanji
drippy,
drip
bro.
guys.
Okay.
Sanji way too drippy, bro. I'm just saying, man. Like,
I like the
bro's
Zoro
made in shining
goggles.
armor,
Sanji
man.
is drippy. The goggles though, man. I don't know.
Who you taking?
I'm
Sanji
not
has
rocking
something.
with the goggles, bro.
I'm not rocking with the
You're
goggles
not.
either. I'm not rocking with the goggles.
Nah,
I'm
goggles
listen.
is
I
whack.
would prefer the
Listen, I'm
goggles on
rocking
like
with him.
Usopp.
I'm rocking with him when he made that demon face. I say, yeah, that's all I need to see.
And that's the best panel for
He looked like a beast pirate, bro.
That's good. They all look like beast. To be fair, I have always said this: the Beast Pirates' actual outfits fed into a lot of the lore that we see for Vikings and supposed Elbaf. Even Kaido's fighting style, Ragnarok. Like he's using a technique called Ragnarok. Think about that. Conqueror of
Nigga,
3 worlds.
He definitely been to Elbaf.
This is why I wanted it. This is why I was saying, me personally, I think there's a lot of influence as far as like just the warrior thing and the warrior spirit and having conquerors hockey. Like he's using a technique called Ragnarok, conqueror of 3 worlds. Zoro already fights in that manner where he's reciting a lot of Buddhism shit and you know what I mean, a lot of very similar move sets. Big Mom and Kaido are literally 1 for 1 doing the same pose to do an attack. The same thing that Dorian and Bragi do. Dorian and Bragi had did. You get what I'm saying? So to me, I'm more so looking at it like, okay, I can see why Kaido's club is of the graded blades, but it doesn't actually have a grade. If you get what I'm saying, like it's in the same. It's a weapon still being made with the classification. I can understand it. We see Big Mom using Ikoku, that swordsmanship of the giants. That's the only thing left for Zoro to actually full on do. So in this arc, I would love to see Zoro get Ikoku in some form or fashion.
Yeah. I mean, hey man,
I still got
I get it.
Who you picking, Matt?
About who got that shit on?
Who the drippiest right now? Is it Zoro?
Yeah, who you gonna say? Who you gonna say?
Wait,
Like,
okay, is it gonna pop up? I think I sent a screenshot. I'm trying to send it.
I got a poll question too when done.
Basically not right now. Who got that shit on? Sanji got that shit on, bro.
Yes, sir.
That shit
Bro,
on.
I'm not gonna hold you. When you this nigga's Zoro look like a goddamn bird with his goddamn goggles on.
What's with that on the goggles?
Bro,
Like, I
Word, I
hold on,
forgot
hold
about
on.
that. Or maybe they just don't fit the
bro,
Zoro
but seriously,
aesthetic. Maybe that's it. The goggles don't fit
They
Zoro.
don't.
They would look better on
But
that.
when he made the
Right.
demon town
Hey.
face, they fit right
But
on
that's the
in. I
only
ain't gonna
thing.
hold you.
But peep this.
Okay, but
I just gotta
that's
see
his
my
natural
dude.
face.
I
Who's
just
to
gotta
say?
listen.
It's not
Who
his
looks
natural
cool? Like,
face.
watch this, right? If I was to say who looks cooler when they ready to fight in their fit, Zoro looks cooler than Sanji.
Hey,
I'll give you Sanji
because-
has the better fit just off of looking at it and be like, "Hi, can you freak it?" Cool. But now when you actually look at battle wise, bro, Sanji to me, bro, he look fire. He looks fire. I just think Zoro's
we over here trying.
and that's when the goggles do kick in right
But
there.
who's to say that
Well, he
demon
looked
panel
up.
doesn't look
I'm
better
probably
without
gonna
the
look
goggles?
worse. You gonna try to sit here and put that sword in your mouth with them goggles. I'm finna look at you like a lame. Like I don't
Nah, I'm not.
Facts, bro.
I ain't say all
I think
that.
somebody
Big
was
L. Big L.
hold on,
I'm
bro.
sorry, bro.
Lame?
Sanji
Damn.
got a whole sword on his back, bro. Man fights with his feet. He got a sword on his back. Come on, bro.
He use it
Bro,
though.
no,
So
he gonna use that. He gonna use that sword this arc, bro.
See,
I'm
now we
telling
coping.
you.
Now we're coping. Well, how
Bro.
do we know that he's going to use the sword on his back? Sanji don't even use it in his hands ever.
He's
Why
only
is
used it
Sanji
that
donning
one
a
time.
sword, bro? Why is he donning a sword?
Bro,
If you're not gonna use it, why is he donning one, bro? Come on.
He not touching no sword. Sanji
to be
already-
fair, okay, look, Reed, I would agree with you if this is a sword I saw Sanji pick up and say, yo, I need this. But he didn't do that. He just woke up with that shit on. I mean, somebody got him dressed.
Part of
Like,
the
Guess
aesthetic.
what?
so
Guess
he's
what?
not
Bro.
using that shit, gang.
Look what you just said. He woke up and had that shit on.
I never said he didn't. To be fair, I never said
Nah,
We're
that's
not
true.
saying
carry on.
one's not drippy.
He got it on. Look,
Got
they
that
both
shit
got it on. To be fair,
Right.
to be fair, Luffy got it on better than all two of them.
Nah.
But he's a pro tag, so we gonna leave Luffy out.
So
I got
Luffy
Luffy.
Luffy even got the drip. He got the chain on for real.
Luffy's helmet don't even fit, bro. We're not rocking with that.
I got Luffy too.
Bro, his straw hat don't fit. That's not fair.
That's true. That's very true, Nika. His straw
That's
hat
not
never
fair,
fit.
bro.
It's a weird hat. It's a weird
His
hat.
straw hat
I got
don't
Luffy
fit.
2, Sanji 1, Zoro 3. And I'm not even.
Nah, I got Luffy 1 because he rocking it with the. If I'm in Elbath, I'm not rocking no shirt, bro. It's we out here. I ain't gonna hold you.
I got
We out
Nami
here.
out there, bro. Nami, you gotta put Nami.
I wasn't even counting them. Cause then I don't.
Nami never on my list, bro.
We can't count Nami. By default, we gonna like her.
Nami
Oda
on my
put her in
list.
a chapter with a big ad with a nice arch. We off rip gravitating towards that. You know what I mean? So that's
go. This.
You know what I mean?
Nami is there for visual prowess at all. That's it.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Who has the harder Gear 5 panel with Luffy? Sanji or Zoro? Because Sanji to me was hard. He lighting the cigarette.
I'm trying to remember.
Kizaru facing him. Kizaru staring him down, and then he got Luffy laughing in the background with Vegapunk dead body on the floor. That was kind of crazy.
Oh, you're talking about that.
Okay. But then this panel we see now, Zoro's in the mix. He's walking that nigga down for real. 3D sword style, ready to walk that nigga down. Luffy laughing. The guy just walks in, sees the birds flying, and then niggas getting knocked out and shit. Like, whose panel is harder?
Ooh, that's tough.
Let me see.
That is very tough.
Me
No,
too.
I think you gotta give it to Sanji though. My man smoking a cigarette.
I actually give this one to Sanji because Vegapunk on the ground dead. It kind of hit hard with Gear 5.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna hold you.
With the
Vegapunk
cig,
dead.
bro.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I give it to Mr. Four or Sanji.
Number 4.
Bro, don't disrespect.
He is number 4 though.
Nah,
That's not
We're not
disrespectful.
doing that. We're not doing that.
Bro,
We're not doing
don't
this
make
right
me
now.
say
We're
the line that
not
comes
doing.
next. Yeah, just
Not.
accept it. Don't make me say the line that comes next. You know
I
what I mean?
try to be nice. We're not doing this right now. We're
Yeah,
not
bro,
let's
it's a
leave it
big,
alone.
it's
Let's
a
leave it
big
alone,
three
Coach.
for a reason. This is, bro. This is my thing, Go. This is
Bro,
my
listen.
thing. You'll be the
What
main
did
one that
Zoro say?
talk about
Leave
narrative
number
Oh,
4
boy.
to his
an
sour
older
Just
grapes.
let it
bro.
go, he said.
Leave him to his sour grapes, bro.
Bro, you're the
Oh,
main one
God.
that speaks on narrative. This is the narrative is big three. They're the
Oh
weak.
yeah, the narrative's gonna play, but when he gets the bounty, then I'll celebrate it.
We
For
know
now,
bounty.
Big Blue Jimmy is ahead of him. We gonna respect that. You feel me?
So did
This
everybody?
is why I didn't even
Yonko,
want to get in
listen,
this.
Coach, you're gonna
I didn't even want to
you
get
can
in
be
this.
mad, but Mr. Yonko in the water is number right now. Just leave number 4 to a sour grapes. Just leave number
All
4 to
right,
a sour
check
grapes.
this.
On God.
Was Sanji stronger than Zoro when Sanji's bounty was higher?
Hell no.
So what are we
At
doing?
no
about-
point in this show.
So what are we
hell
doing?
no.
So what are we doing? What are
Hell
we talking about bounties for then?
Yeah,
hell
bounties
no.
are never sign of strength.
Y'all,
They're a sign of
y'all brought it up. You know what I'm saying? I was
I
just
bring
saying
up
leave
bounties.
number 4 to a sour
I
grapes.
even said he's number 4. I knew Nico was gonna say something. That's why when I said that he's number 4, I knew Nico.
Yeah,
Okay,
he did. He triggered me on purpose. I fed into it. I knew what it was. I knew what Zaza was doing. I caught the
all
guy.
fairness,
You know what I'm saying?
Jinbei could have fought Queen, beat Queen. I mean, is that a debate? Is that a debate? I don't think that's a debate.
No, I agree.
Like,
To some people, it is. Yo, I've debated that with some people. To some people, that is a debate. And to me,
how is it even a debate?
To me, you know it's not. But I've debated
I mean,
it with some people. Trust me.
If we're gonna keep it a buck, Sanji should beat Queen. Queen was sitting there having conversations with him when he really could have just took him out. He was talking about, oh, you're Judge's son, you're this, you're that. Like, Queen could have been serious from the jump.
Sanji's win wasn't thorough, bro. Sanji had the Luffy win, where like how Luffy won with Katakuri, he had to run away, then come back, like all types of bullshit that played into the fight. Flan Pei, the girl with the mice that Queen slapped up. He damn near forgot his memories and didn't happen. He thought he beat a bitch. Like it was just too much going on. Like it wasn't actual. Zoro's fight. It was literally nothing.
But Luffy wins like that all the time. We don't take it away from Luffy. That's all.
I do. This guy does.
Zoro fought him.
I know you do. I'm just saying in general.
He got his. Then after Zoro fought him, he realized, all right, it's the sword. I got to get this shit right. He got it right, and then really fought him for real, like legit. Sanji's fight wasn't like that. He got his power up and then kind of cleaned up Queen really easily in my eyes. Like to me, his fight was more definitive of saying Sanji definitely is stronger than we get to see right now. We know Sanji can do more. Like with Zoro, was literally after Zoro got his ability, he slashed at King, and King was still like, nah, I'm pretty, like my constitution is a little different. He had to catch King in the gaps. Where it was with Queen, it was just like, all right, I'm blue flame, about to cook this nigga, let's go.
Yeah, like, bro, that's what I'm saying. Jinbei could have done it easily.
Yeah, me too. I definitely think when he said, "Oh, even this grip that I do, it could even destroy, it could even defeat armament hockey masters," and I'm like, man, not Jimmy though. Fuck that.
Oh,
not Jimmy. You bugged out. You thought.
But that's we all know. Like
yeah,
I said,
exactly.
wouldn't work there.
Jimmy don't even need to be in the water for your ass. That's how crazy. That's how crazy the feeling is.
Okay, Mika. All right,
Jinbei in the water is giving Zoro trouble.
It's true. Zaza, you weren't on those live streams when Coach was jumping me with his 2 mans and his screens. They was telling me that Jimmy ain't this and Jimmy ain't that. No, you know.
Wait, hold on.
I have a question for you.
You was slandering. Okay, go
What's up? Talk to me again.
Is Zoro Yonko level?
No.
He can
No.
come.
He's
He can combat one, but he's not
no.
outlasting
He's
or
like
standing up to
he's
one.
like underneath it.
Like
Like he's like
he's not. If Zoro steps into a ring right now with a Yonko, he's getting mid diff. Like that's how
Yeah.
Okay.
like an official Yonko is mid diff
Okay.
in Zoro. Now
Yeah,
if
we saw
Zoro,
that with Kaido.
Okay.
yeah, exactly.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Now walk with me. If we all agreeing that Zoro's not Yonko level, and we all agreeing that Zoro's the number 2 to the ship, and we're saying that Jinbei's number 3, would that mean that Jinbei is not Yonko level in the water?
No.
No, no,
Tell me
no,
why.
because I was about to say that.
That because you're
Because if so,
misunderstanding,
wouldn't he
right?
be the
Because
number
you gotta think
2?
about this. With so much experience, with all the experience Jinbei has, you could actually put him above Zoro right now if you wanted to. I wouldn't argue it, but I wouldn't
Right.
do that. Because just for the narrative of the show. Now, if
I mean,
you actually think
strength-wise,
about
though.
what, just wait for it. Just wait for it. If
Okay.
Jinbei is ranking where he is now, off the water to the Straw Hats, where does Jinbei rank in the water compared to the Straw Hats?
That's exactly what I was just about
And
to
remember
say.
this: Jinbei is not Horty Jones in the water. So I just
Ugh.
want you to think about that very
No, I
carefully
agree
before
with
you answer
that.
the next question.
So when y'all
Please don't
rank him,
mention that dude
when
again.
y'all rank him number 3, are y'all incorporating the water stuff too, or y'all just ranking it?
No, I don't. I
Okay.
don't, because the water thing is very situational. It's circumstantial to Jinbei.
Mhm.
So I take the feats that he gives us on land and what he can do against the people we've seen him fight on land and what he can do. That's the most fair thing to do, because the
Okay.
water would just be an advantage to him. Like, what if he's fighting? Think about this, right? What if Jinbei's on land fighting and he's doing okay, and then Raizo pulls up and is like, "Yo, I got all this water for your ass."
Yeah.
And then he could count a nigga. Think
Right.
about
that's
that.
weird.
He can use water. He can use water heart and
Alright.
legit keep Simon
Weird.
that nigga.
I didn't
That's
know y'all were
weird.
doing
Yeah,
that.
but I agree.
I didn't know y'all were doing. And I ain't gonna lie. Now I'm a little.
Hold on.
Now
I'm
I
just
ain't gonna
saying,
lie.
this is
Now-
Jimmy. I done
I'm
thought
a-
about shit like this.
I'm a little tight now.
What
I
we
ain't
doing
gonna lie.
right now?
We talking
we doing right
about Nika's going on his book of rant that Jinbei's number 3 and Sanji's number 4. The usual.
Yeah, Jinbei is number.
That's not what I
Jinbei
said.
is number.
boy, here we
Jinbei
go.
is number
Not
3
what I
though.
said.
Okay.
Jinbei is number 3 and Sanji's number
Here
4.
we go.
Yeah, but that's not what I
No.
said, Coach. But that's what we started with on a troll. And then we started getting into Jinbei's actual scaling and what he can do
I'm
on
just
and off,
saying,
on and
Zaza
on.
said that shit. Zaza said that shit like it ain't the truth. That
All right. So
nigga
look.
is number 3.
So look at this.
Allies all around me.
Real
Every
quick,
time.
Coach.
Go ahead.
What?
I was just trying to add, like, Sanji with this fight with Queen, we saw basically the upper limits at that moment of what Sanji could do. I mean, the dude was down and out basically, and getting his little upgrades, losing, and then he won, whatever, and then ultimately passed out after his fight with Queen. Jinbei, we didn't see that for real. We started seeing new feats. Jinbei was really just chilling for real. Blue whatever he's got going. Like, bro, we haven't seen the peak of Jinbei. We don't know what the ceiling is for Jinbei.
No one knows. I was just about to say we haven't seen anything from Jinbei. Like, has he even fought anybody that's on Sanji's level of difficulty?
And you can't really use the whole Sanji was passed out because Zoro almost died.
Zoro shouldn't be king.
I never said anything about Sanji passing out. I was cool
So
with that.
peep this. The
He
beginning,
went mad fast too compared to everybody else.
he doesn't. Can we agree? Two things. Can we agree that fight with Sanji and Queen goes completely differently if Sanji has all his upgrades at the beginning of the fight?
Yeah,
But hold on. To be fair, everybody's fights go completely different.
That's true.
No, exactly.
He's right on
That's my point. When I'm ranking Sanji,
But-
I'm ranking him at his peak of when he has the thing. This whole time, I didn't know that y'all were ranking Jinbei solely on his land feats. I thought y'all were incorporating the land and the water. If you're not doing that, then honestly, now I am feeling a little bit more disrespected towards Sanji. Because if you're saying that Jinbei is stronger than Sanji with just land alone, now I think we're at a bit of a disagreement. I'm not there with you yet. Not with these new feats.
This is why I say scaling gets wonky when you do certain things like this, because of course, you have Jinbei, with water accessible to him instantly. He's in a different tier of capability, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even the fight with King and Zoro, right? It's arguable that King really started to lose that fight when he chose to go fight on Zoro's level, sword to sword.
Shouldn't have fought
Yes.
that motherfucker.
You know
That's
what I'm
dumb.
saying?
Yeah.
You Queen was good against Sanji
Yep.
until a damsel in distress came into play.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's always gonna be these caveats for these characters and shit. Like, Luffy will be on death's door getting his ass beat until somebody handed this nigga a burger.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't like to use those caveats with the Jinbei in the water. All right, Luffy on a full stomach. You feel me? Sanji protecting a bitch. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Zoro need that liquor you got behind you. He need that. He need that booze you got.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, I don't like those I don't like using the caveats, bro. Like, it's not. It don't become fairly objective when you
But
do that type of shit.
going back to what you were saying earlier when you said you feel even more disrespected, I don't think you should. I think, like I said, Jinbei has enough experience. He's a warlord on his own, and he's even been noted that he didn't need to ally. He's strong enough that he didn't even need to ally himself with Big Mom. We learned that he did that specifically for political reasons. Whereas with Whitebeard, he chose to be Whitebeard's ally because that was out of just being a righteous person. Fuck a fisherman, just a righteous person. Period. The nigga protecting your island. I'm being cool with him. Why not? You know what I'm saying? It's the right thing to do. Or even like I said, every time we get noted Jinbei, it's not even like no one shrugs at it. People take note to Jinbei. Luffy's fellow pirates in the worst generation. They're like, yo, this nigga in a warlord. Two of them, one time. Then Bonnie. He meets Bonnie. Bonnie doesn't even respect this man. He's so damn goofy. But then she look at Jimmy and be like, he goofy as hell. But the nigga, this big blue ass nigga follow this nigga. Hold up, like
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, Luffy definitely get a different Luffy. It used to be the Zoro. It used to be Zoro get that because like
that's what
motherfucker
I'm
look at
saying.
Zoro and be like, hey, like, but wait, you follow that nigga? Like, damn, what he on? You feel me? Now it's
Yeah, that's
Jinbei.
what I'm
It's like,
saying.
hold on, you bent the knee to this nigga? Like, what? You know what I'm saying? I like it. I ain't gonna hold you. I think it's nice.
Me, that
It
that
adds to the new era, the new not era, but the new space of that he's now occupying as an emperor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It just adds to it when you look at his roster. It's like
Right.
not only does he have a one Roro Noah Zoro on there, he also has a first Knight of the fucking sea. You know what I'm saying? And don't let a motherfucker who just know what's what look at Sanji be like, wait a minute, you a Vince, my nigga? It's not a Vince on this fucking crew, bro.
and just to add to
Mm-hmm.
your point, Trip, on character narrative, Jinbei is the only person like Luffy. I mean, like Zoro. What's it called? That had like I can't even say that because Frankie and Rob both had notoriety to their own names within their communities as well.
Mm-hmm.
But Zoro was definitely painted the picture of being like literally that he was being called a demon. You get
Man,
what I'm
niggas on the
saying?
next man, niggas was on the next island still talking about that nigga.
That's what I'm saying. Jinbei is the only other person I've seen that since Luffy has really met someone, he has the same level of notoriety that someone like Zoro had coming on to the crew. Like Jinbei coming on to the crew. Look at the whole crew. Look at even at how they celebrating that this guy's on the crew. Like they look like they have somebody really dependable that they could rely on, and that's exactly what they say. Just saying in the same light that Luffy relies on Zoro. You know what I mean? So it's like Luffy. It's like to me how I look at it. This is me paying respect to it. I think Luffy's the type of person that really lucked up with what I would call he has like two right hand men. Where in Jinbei he has one, but it's not like Jinbei's not really like the right hand man. He's kind of like he's a mean addition. But the way I put it, because in Marineford he was nigga's right hand man. The way he pulled up and did shit at Whole Cake Island, he was on some right hand man type of shit. This is shit I would expect my right hand man to be really on doing if I'm ever falling short. My right hand man is supposed to be swooping in and helping me helping my ass out like this. Boom, bang, bang. You feel me? Like he was playing that role. Where Sanji didn't actually play that role, but then it wasn't for his character to play that role. Because Sanji is the left hand man. That's how I look at it. In the left hand man position, they do things a little different than the right hand man do.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Not only that in that arc, Sanji as a left hand man, he was kind of taken out of the play because the arc was retrieving the left hand man. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
It gives room for that for Jinbei to come in and then be what he was type shit.
I agree with everything Lou just said. I feel like,
and that's all. Remember,
I figured it out.
That's all on.
That's all on land. I feel like I figured it out. I feel like I would like it more if y'all were just to say Jinbei was number one. Because when I hear that Zoro's stronger than Jinbei, and I know Zoro is portrayed as equal to Sanji throughout the whole show, just as like the narrative goes, with like the the Pirate King wings and all that. I'm not seeing how one can be stronger than one but weaker than the other if they're equals. So if you had just told me all like the positives that you would say about Jinbei on land, off land, and just the notoriety of him, and we said that's why he's number one because of the experience and everything on the crew now. Like he's number one in this own category away, but Zoro's still the the first mate or whatever. Then I it would make more sense to me.
That's what we just said, though. But that's what
Is
we
it?
just said, though. I did say earlier. I said earlier, but me and Trip was saying earlier that he could be above Zoro and Sanji. Like that's not crazy to say. I think Zaza was on that same level too. He could be above Zoro and Sanji because he has the experience, he has the notoriety.
Yeah.
Everything that Sanji and Zoro have independently is Jinbei has had the portrayal of it together.
You said it multiple times.
Was you
get what I'm
saying? Number one, like over Luffy? Is that what you
No. Over Zoro and Sanji.
Now let me go ahead and distinguish myself real fast because I do not believe he is over Zoro in the sense of power wise. You know what I'm saying? But if you're going to go this is how I put it, right? This is how I put it. Even with the whole Zoro and Sanji being portrayed, even with the whole Zoro and Sanji being portrayed as equals, I don't think it's in a strength way. Simply because
loyal, yeah.
They're the two again. Jinbei would not be part of them. Jinbei would not be with them burning an ear god. That's only some shit that's gonna happen with Zoro and Sanji present.
Mm-hmm.
Even in the chapter, Sanji is getting on Zoro on some like, bro, you basically enable this motherfucker, bro. You know what I'm saying? But Sanji low-key does the same shit because Sanji is down to cook anything Luffy wants to eat. God forbid it be the cat they're riding on right now. You feel me?
Jinbei not gonna do that because even in Egghead, Jinbei told him like, "Yo,
so when
this is gonna be a world incident. You can't be doing shit like this."
When you equate them as equals, I look at it in that sense, and that's why
I know what you mean.
And it's in that sense that I put Jinbei over those two because I feel like Jinbei is the only one who can actually reel those three in. Like even look at in Egghead, right? Sanji would have tried to go get Zoro and only made the situation worse for Lucci.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he made the situation worse for Lucci already just by being heard over the fucking phone. You know what I'm saying? Like that got Lucci packed up in a nasty manner. You know what I'm saying? It take a character like Jinbei to actually go be the one to grab that nigga and be like, "Hey, we're leaving, nigga. Come on."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, mind you, that don't mean that if Zoro didn't want to leave, he wouldn't if he had to fight him off to not get taken, like it's not like Jinbei could actually take him, but it's a matter of he's the one that's in that position to be that person that can rein them in. Which is why I always say the very moment that Oda put Jinbei's bounty in between Zoro and Sanji, It was the perfect way to implement him in between their bullshit in a very strong way, because you show how he is relevant to them in strength. This bounty shit don't really mean nothing to him. He can be the one to rein them all in a sense. You know what I'm saying? But still kind
Yeah.
of get caught in their pace as far as caught up in their bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So
I feel that. I feel it.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't.
I
So
just say
the majority of
you
majority
gotta
of
be very
y'all.
strategic when you're scaling them in the sense of, I guess, relevance and not power. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
Yeah.
and the majority of y'all aren't scaling their power equally. Because if so, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Because I'm also with Trip on thinking Zoro is still. I still think Sanji is faster than Jinbei. I still think Zoro is packing more AP than Jinbei. Like they still have their special qualities that still make them them. I
Yeah,
just think Zoro is. I just think Jinbei is better all at being the best of both
Yeah.
worlds and being an all rounder between the two of them.
gotcha.
And also, Jinbei doesn't have the holdback of not being able to fight women, and he also doesn't
Yeah.
have the hold up of not being emotionally stable like Sanji is. Which again, the fight with Queen, he's sitting there crying and boohooing about his
Oh yeah,
past, and
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
oh
Jinbei
yes.
doesn't deal with that, so
Yeah. You saw it with
with that
who's
alone,
who. He kept his composure.
yeah. Well,
But
who's trying to tell him about his past? He's like, yo, what are we talking about this for? Why is this relevant? Let's just get to the battle. But again, that's one thing that really holds back Sanji when we're trying to look at, the Sanji and the Jinbei dispute, in my opinion.
I'm gonna go.
You're right. I think you're right on that.
Yeah,
That's what mainly that's
and
Shanji's drawback. Like he
that
wouldn't
is
certain things he wouldn't do. Where with Zoro, there are certain things he would do.
no, no.
Like
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go even further on that one because everyone thinks Sanji bad with women, but I said this on Zoro's just as bad. It's just that he doesn't show as much because he played with Monet, and Monet still came back and did damage. He cut her in half, but he didn't use hockey. She still could have done damage. If she's not there, that type of stuff doesn't happen. Zoro looks down on women, and that's why he plays around with them. Doesn't respect them. So they have the same problem, just at different aspects. That's why I think you can Jinbei above them because Jinbei
I
doesn't
think
because
but Zaza, that's the
I
problem.
think that's a misinterpretation on Zoro's end, because when you say he played with her, I say he gave opportunity to show why she should be taken. You know what I'm saying? But like he goes on to say he goes on to say in that Monet situation, when you realized you couldn't beat me, you should have just forfeited this shit.
Yeah.
But here we are. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
it's
I
not like
agree with
he
that.
looks down on them. I think he gives them the ability to show why they should be taken serious.
Yeah, he
Now,
did
at
that
the
with
end of the day, I
well.
do believe he's still not he's not as lethal, but I don't think that's in any way or form of like a disrespect in a sense. You know what I mean? It's just it's more geared towards his actual compassion, because believe it or not, Zoe actually does have a, I ain't gonna say a kind heart. He's
He has
somewhat
compassion.
compassionate, which is one
No,
of the
no,
first things. Like Luffy, like was one of the first things that Luffy actually noticed about him before his actual strength was his compassion from eating the rice balls. Even though he was hungry, he ate it, but made sure to be like, "Hey, tell that girl that this shit was great," because she was just told that shit was horrible. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So at the end of the day, seeing a random guy get Sabaody, taking him, dropping him off at hospital, even other pirates are like, bro, who fucking does that? You know what I'm saying? Even the
no,
other
you're right.
pirates are like, yo, who fucking does that? You know,
I wanted to add on to that.
he's hit multiple chicks with the back of the blade because he doesn't actually want to cut them, and I could respect that, because like, why would you put a scar on that beautiful body, my nigga? Don't do that. Like,
If
you
she's
know what I'm
causing you
saying? But
problems,
he's still gonna knock. He's still gonna wide eye the bitch. The bitch still gonna wide eye from the back of this blade. Don't get it twisted,
But
bro. He's
hold
just
up, but
not
hold
gonna
up.
leave no marks on her.
But hold up though too, because I think that I wanted to say earlier, but that's where the problem still lies within Sanji, because Zoro will still take it there if it need be. He has to take it there. With Sanji, he's not going to take it there at all. Like, we know he's
Bro won't
not
even
going to.
bro won't even
Like,
defend
and
himself.
that's
He
a
won't even
problem.
defend himself with his own hockey out of
Yeah,
fear of
No,
hurting the
I,
bitch.
what happens when Sanji runs into a big mom type character or a Yamato, like someone who's a woman who could actually be capable of combating you, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you need to actually be able to. I think you need to be actually able to do. I don't know.
I'll do you
Oda
one better. I'll do you one better, Nick. This is why he
Go ahead.
needs. This is why he needs Conqueror's hockey, because he could actually. He most likely could actually defeat Katarina Devon. But what is he gonna do when Katarina Devon is about to snap his neck in half? He got to do something. You ain't talking this bitch out of that shit. You feel me? What is he gonna do when, like, you know, because when she's defeated Nico Robin and she's like finna take her away type shit.
Go ahead, Blue.
You know
Like,
what I'm saying?
I'm with the Conqueror's agenda for Sanji.
Yeah.
I think what Cavendish does. What Cavendish does when you come walk around and win just thinking, I think that would be a nice gag of Conqueror's hockey to get this. Like, let it. Like, we could let our boy spaz out, but let's get some growth into the gag where he's at, yes, but at the same time, women are still passing out when he comes around. Like, why not? He's been Smoke Sanji. You know what I mean? He's still Mr. Prince. He's still, you know what I mean? He's on the straw hats. He is that guy.
Many people in One Piece got Conquerors?
A lot, a good few.
20.
Yeah, a decent amount.
It's crazy in that
20 out of
Passing this
how many?
world, nigga. It's crazy in that new world.
Right.
I still
A
got
lot of
Conqueror be revealed, brother. I ain't gonna hold you.
Well,
Wait, not
technically,
Show me.
really said that anyone that has made a name for themselves in the new world is probably a conqueror. So there's going to be a lot. Probably a lot that haven't been even revealed yet, like the God Knights.
Facts.
Okay.
Facts.
Yeah, all five Glores say touchdown with it. Just remember that.
Yeah, but that girl say, like, I'm literally expecting them niggas to have that, but I'm more so like, I expect everybody on the ship, and what I mean by everybody, everybody has Sanji, but I just don't expect people on the ship to have Conqueror's hockey besides my captain.
Bro, I mean,
That's what make Luffy crew different, because to me it's gonna parallel Rock's crew. He's just gonna succeed at doing a lot more. Like, I think Luffy, besides Luffy, is Zoro, Sanji, Jinbei, and Yamato. If Yamato join up, I want Yamato to have that joint. I wouldn't be mad if Usopp had it. Brook already had it in this uncanny way when he uses his Soul King technique. So I wouldn't be surprised if they just gave it to him. You know what I mean? Like, certain shit was just, like, we found out now. Had it.
No.
Already.
We stretching it.
We're not.
You could, bro. You calling that shit a stretch? It is drawn, bro.
Yeah,
it is literally
drawn,
drawn, nigga.
panel, bro. Oda already put it on
There's a panel.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah, there's a
What are we
panel.
doing, bro? What are we doing here, man? What are we doing here?
It's not a stretch. That is not a gear. I'm not putting gear 5 on.
If I post a panel, you gotta mute your mic for 5 minutes. If I post a panel,
Let me see it.
Doesn't mean it's Conquerors.
Nah, it doesn't
I know
mean
what he's talking about. I know
you know,
what he's
crazy.
talking about.
You know what's crazy? You know who co-signed it? The guy who's been co-signing.
That nigga could be talking on his neck.
Nah, he's not.
Oh yeah. So hold on. Watch this. Watch this.
Niggas at the end of the
Watch
day.
this, Nico. Watch this. Watch this, Nico. Watch this. Hold on. Watch this. Watch this. So you trying to tell me Jim didn't know what he's talking about when the Goro said they pulled up and he also acknowledged, like, the hockey? Is that what's going on here? Are we just gonna sit here and say that these niggas don't know what to talk about when that is the only disposition? When that is the only disposition that we're getting for this?
And that's and he did
Only
the same thing for
disposition,
Shank, bro.
or it's the only disposition we're getting for what's going on in this moment. But this person don't know what the fuck you talking about. Seriously, why are we doing this?
Thank you.
Why?
We can't be doing that, bro.
We talk-
Jinbei's a character of notoriety. We
I didn't
gotta
say
take it for
that.
what
I
it is.
didn't say that. All I said was it was a little bit of stretch for Nami to have. That's
No,
all I
you
said.
said it
I
was a
didn't-
stretch. Knight said Jinbei could be talking out his neck. I don't believe that. I think when Jimmy speaks on hockey feats, they're facts. That's what I think. He's been the one to know since, like, not even during the raid, he was outdoing Luffy in observation hockey. Like, that's like,
Sanji was too. That's true. That Sanji
yeah,
was
that
too.
like we gotta
Which is
put-
expected because observation is not Luffy's affinity with hockey.
No.
exactly.
Just like Zoro is gonna outperform most of them when it comes to
And
armament.
argument, yep.
That's his affinity. Luffy is gonna outperform most people in Conquerors. That's his
Yep.
affinity.
Good point.
But however, Jinbei, not even, bro. Even in Wano, after Shanks pulled off,
That's what I was
after
talking
pulling
about.
off, Jinbei was the one who was like, "Whose hockey was that?" He has always been keen on acknowledging intense hockey being used.
Oh, can I show this panel? Can I show this? This is what we talk about. From we talk about. If this is what we're trying to assume,
Just drop it in the chat.
I'm gonna try to.
It's one in there right now.
Some in the chat one time.
Somebody dropped something.
It's already in there.
Okay. All right, so we talk about that top left phone, right? Where he's on the Supreme Conquerors hockey. We talking about
Yeah. Right when he shows the black lightning come off her body in the panel below, in the bottom right.
So called him. Hey.
Black Lightning.
You know, and you can also go to the anime for that episode if you want to, because it's been animated. Go see
Yeah,
it.
they take the lightning out of it, but Jinbei was still questioning that shit.
Okay, the entire thing before even when we are in comedy mode, right? Like we're like the tone is not serious.
Doesn't matter because when why Oda has done that before when he's made a gag a real thing.
Okay, can you? I don't know about that.
Well, I can tell you that now. Oda put in a filler episode a gag of Luffy going a little giant girl who had devil fruit going into Luffy's body and making Luffy turn into a big ass giant, and then literally had him do it in Gear 5 in Wano. Foreshadowing. That's what that's called, bro.
Okay.
No cap. No kizzy, bro.
I think I've seen that filler.
That's how Oda cooks, bro. Chef Boyardee type shit, bro. And he really be getting it. You know what I mean?
It's just foreshadowing. It's foreshadowing because, like, for example, right? For example, this is no different. This is no different from Kaido looking back at Zoro like, "You're a conqueror too, nigga." And niggas was like, "It was a question. It was a question. It's not a confirmation. It was a question. It wasn't a bro. Like, no. Yes, it wasn't the fight.
I know, but
Yeah.
Nonetheless, when Kaido said that shit, motherfuckers were like, "It's not a confirmation. It was a question. There was no black lightning like what Luffy used right after." Blah blah blah. Come to find out what we found out later in the chapters and shit. Foreshadowing. Even when Zoro was on the floor. On the live floor, and Kaido and Kaido had just lifted the island, and Brook is like, "Don't tell me that's your conqueror's hockey, Zoro." And Zoro's like, "Come on now, you know I ain't got that shit. What you talk about?" Just for us to find out what we found out later, like it's a little sprinkle of foreshadowing. No one is even sitting here saying she's gonna use this same shit on someone else, because what's also a gag is that she has the hockey to hurt Luffy, because when she hits him in those moments and shit, it's his pride that's hurt. Not but his pride is hurt behind that shit. So in a sense, his will is affected, or however you want to spin it. But nonetheless, nonetheless, that shit. That's I don't see how. I ain't gonna say I don't see how. I can understand why a lot of people don't see it, but
Okay.
even if it's just the East Blue Five that have it, bro, let it rock, bro. Let it
Nah,
rock.
but I
JV,
can't. The only thing is,
JV's reaction is so funny.
I can't give it to Nami. Nami doesn't have a conqueror spirit though. Like I get what you're trying to say. I get what you're trying to say, Trip, and I get it. But I'm like, Nami does not have a conqueror spirit. She, I get where you're going. I get that. Like, yo, attacks the spirit. She attacks the pride and all that
Define a
stuff.
conqueror. Define a conqueror spirit. The
But like a
promise, the
conqueror,
definition you're about to give, the definition you're about to give is non-concrete because there is no
I was about
pure
to say it's gonna be
definition for a
true.
conqueror spirit.
Yeah, Odin.
It all
Oh,
it
that
all it all it,
Okay, but
it all
can we
truly just hinges on how hard you go for your goal. Truly,
and I
it
agree,
hinges on that.
but
And you
Nami's
talking
not real hard for all that. Like that's what I'm trying to say. Nami, at the end of the day, like she's a pirate, but she doesn't embody the spirit of the pirate the way Luffy, the way Zoro, the way Sanji. That's all I'm trying to say. That's all. That's what I would. I understand what you say, but I would take it away from. That's the only
I
reason I'll
don't
take it
agree.
away. That's the only reason I'll take it away from. Only reason I'll take it
what
away.
not.
don't agree.
Listen, Nami looking OT dead in the eyes, knowing these things
Yeah, I'm
are
about to
final
say
words,
there's no way you're saying that after that
refusing,
moment where she stood up and
refusing,
stood up.
refusing. Hold
See,
on,
yeah.
nigga. Refusing to that moment where she's looking OT dead in the eyes,
Nah.
refusing to say what OT wants her to say behind Luffy. I don't see no difference from that scene to when Mihawk was asking Zoro, why don't you retreat? And he told that nigga what he told him. That right there is what I would say is the essence of a conqueror, period.
But then if you say that, Nami's had plenty of moments where she's run from stuff. Where remember, I know we don't like it, and we don't consider it canon, but the day back fight is a prime example of the difference between Nami and her crew. When Zoro and Sanji were like, "Yo, we're doing it. It does
You're
not matter.
speaking, okay.
If
So
it's a buzz."
I
That's all I'm
understand the
trying to say.
example
Like,
you're
it
trying
ain't,
to
not,
give. I
it's not
understand the
solid
example you're
though.
trying to give. I understand the
that's a
example you're
solid
trying to
one.
give.
That's a
That's
solid
not
one.
solid.
That example that you given is from the pre-time skip.
But you just
Let's
gave
keep it
off
in
the
But
connection.
no,
let's
that's not.
keep it
hold on?
let's keep it in chronological
Can I give an
order.
example? Can I give an example?
Let's keep it when I'm finished. Let's keep it in chronological order.
That shit not solid.
What the train of events from this panel that I was showing you, as far as when she uses conquerors, is following what happened with OT. It's coming after
It's a
what happened with
bloom.
OT. After a blooming moment of that realization of I can no longer back down. This is what the fuck it is. She has not had no
Jinbei's.
moment. She has not had a motherfucking back moment. Like, so I don't know why you're bringing that up. That happened, yes, but bro, that was way back. We're talking about now, bro.
I was
We're
about to say
Yonko crew now.
when Usopp gets his
We're
come up, you
Yonko
gonna say
crew
the
right
same
fucking
thing.
now. Why are we
Yeah,
talking about that shit?
yeah. We gotta. We moving forward. That's the whole point of them getting character development. Like that's how we move forward with a character for the narrative. Like that's the whole point of this. So Nami should get it. It's right after Boom. Same thing for Jinbei. Jinbei had that moment of standing up to Big Mom, doing what he doing. Now we see Jinbei black flashing motherfuckers. All right, shit, kind of spooky. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a bloom. It's happening right. It happened right after he had that. It's the same context. It happened right after he had that moment. His volume fight.
Okay, listen. Yeah, I think it's gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think Oda would ever put that on her. I think that's above her, but I think so. Go ahead, man. Like, listen, I'm all for Elizabeth. I just don't think that's Nami's character. I just don't think like you're gonna get to someone like Nami. That's all. That's all I'm trying to say. That's all
Agree
I'm
to
trying to say.
disagree. I felt that.
Yeah, she ain't getting that shit.
That 3 billion berry man is in a sea stone cage right there, and ain't one person put him in that bitch.
Yeah.
The motherfuckers are begging, telling her to take it easy. When she turn around and snap at them niggas, you know what I'm saying? We get what we get.
We got seats, bro.
Is that Conqueror's hockey? We got the you? You know what I'm saying? I see the black lightning. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
I don't know what to tell you.
Let me ask you a question. Nate, I want to ask you a question. Serious question. What do you usually have to for you to be convinced of something in One Piece? Like when it comes to details, because in One Piece, what feeds me into the lore of things is when notable characters keep giving notes of things that we want to know about.
Right. So,
like when the Gorosei pulled up and we see the black lightning, we want to know if it is hockey. Jinbei does question it. She says, "Yo, I feel like that's the tremendous amount of hockey." Like, so it's Jinbei that's telling us that's not no magic. People speculating that the Gorosei using magic. We learned, fuck that. It's not no magic. It's hockey. Jinbei said it's hockey.
What I brought up was the tone of the situation. That's what I harped on about that. And then y'all said that, well, like because of another situation where Oda was also had a funny tone that's still possible because it doesn't matter the tone, that's still like kind of canon. And in my opinion, because of how the writer's writing it, he is insinuating that okay, this is not to be taken that seriously. That's why I'm writing it in this context. But at the same time, of course, shit could happen. Like we've seen, Oda plant seeds of like mustard seeds of foreshadowing that shit come to pass. But I'm just saying again, like with this tone and what I'm seeing right now, I'm just not believing in it. Like I don't like I might got like 5%, I wouldn't just like Z said, I wouldn't be like, oh, fuck it, Like if it happened,
I think
if it happened and he made it make sense, it makes sense. You know what I mean? But I just don't see that happening off of literally just this panel right here.
I think someone correct me if I'm wrong here, but the first time in this story where we got somebody getting questioned on, yo, is that Conqueror's hockey you using? It came to be true that actually was Conqueror's hockey that this person was using. Person questioned Zoro. I don't see anything wrong with Nami following the same pattern here. Like let the volume 1 cover crew have it. Even if it ain't the entire East Blue. Volume 1 cover crew can have it. Let the volume 1 cover have it.
My thing is again, when they brought up Zoro's Conqueror's hockey, what is the tone of the situation that we're in? We're in a fight. It's very serious. And we kind of just had a display.
The first time we weren't in a fight. You can call it that. You can, when Kaido lifted the island and Brook was questioning him if that was Conquerors that shook the arena.
That was a good chapter. And then what happened a couple chapters later? Did that nigga just use Conqueror's hockey by accident and knock some niggas out?
In the anime. That wasn't even in the anime.
That wasn't an anime.
That wasn't in the manga. It was in the anime. It was an anime only scene.
Yeah, thanks.
Because the only time he knocked people out with it was when he actually entered the King of Hell mode, as far as fighting King when he became a realized conqueror in that moment. People passed out in that moment. But the first actual initial questioning of, hey, did you just use conquerors, was when Kaido lifted the island and Brook was asking him. Now, mind you, this was Brook asking him. You know what I'm saying?
No, and like, I'm saying like it. We've like the type of, and it's all about more context. And brought up the whole like the what was he say about like I guess just what is conquerors, like what's that feat or not feat, what are the characteristics? Like Nami doesn't completely embody what all the other conqueror hockey holders have character wise, like just just blind resilience, just incredible will, because there's times like even with the whole, and I'm going back, I'm bringing this up, but when she was crying about the whole shit about the Arlong shit, that's too far back, but I don't remember nothing on top right now that's of recent that could be like, oh yeah, she ain't her shit, cause she be 10 toes. Like
we can't sit here and be like, oh, because this person how they were crying and they were pleading for help from somebody. Like, are we gonna forget how Luffy was I just watched the fucking episode. When Kuma fucking sent all the ass
Yeah,
after
Luffy
Luffy,
was trying.
Luffy his head on the motherfucking floor,
Luffy
bro.
Luffy broke.
Luffy was beating his head on the floor, bro. Beating his head on the floor, my God.
I remember that.
That is a
Luffy was
conqueror. That's a
broken.
conqueror right there. But that's a conqueror right there. Unrealized, but he's a conqueror. Yet and still.
He, I have really nothing to debate that because it's like it's a moment of weakness for both of the characters because I brought up two moments. You brought up a moment of weakness with Luffy, and I brought up a moment of weakness with Nami. But again, there's just more feats in the show where Luffy again is just he's that nigga. That nigga was about to pass out against Lucci, and literally because of his will, stood 10 toes and was like, fight this. So like
I would
I'm
even argue another powerful moment for Nami. This may not actually lean into the whole conqueror trait for real, but when she finally stepped up to Oti after accidentally attacking Tama.
and that's why I
No,
feel
we
like
agree on that. We're not saying to
yeah,
say like, yo, that's not it. But we're just
yeah.
trying to say when you talk about conquerors hockey, that means absolute presence. And like I'm trying to say, for me, Nami having Zeus and Zeus doing hockey, I think that's her way to go. She doesn't need hockey like that. She got Zeus. You giving her conquerors hockey, I think it just muddies the water when it comes to conquerors. That's all I'm trying to say. That's all I'm trying to say.
She got
But you're
armament.
talking
She got
mean.
armament with Zeus, but
I
people
said
don't
she
want to
can
talk
have
about
ornament. I said she can have ornament. I literally said she can have ornament. I just think giving her conquerors is just doing a little too much for her character. That's all I'm trying to say. Because you start giving her conquerors, now you open up Pandora's box. It's like, yo, who else can get it?
I mean, it's
I
already
feel
like
like
that.
I feel like you guys
I
are.
was just about to say it's kind of
I
already
feel
like
like
that for
I
real,
feel
for real.
like you guys are overjudging the characters on at least overjudging what conquerors should be. You're assuming that a person needs to have a certain level of characteristics to be a conqueror, and if they don't have those characteristics, then they can't be a conqueror. But when you really think about it, when Dofi first awakened Conqueror's Haki, or when Ace first awakened Conqueror's Haki, or when Luffy first awakened it, the situation in which they awakened it, defend or protect the ones they loved, or to at least protect themselves. So with Ace, he was trying to protect Luffy, and he awakened it in the heat of the moment. So there was no characteristics at play. There was no I'm gonna be what you guys expect a conqueror to be like. So to me, it's like anyone can be a conqueror. They decide what it means to be a conqueror. There's a set definition
Yeah,
that applies to all conquerors.
I
There's a
agree.
conqueror that doesn't aim for being the king of the pirates, like Whitebeard. There's a conqueror that supports another person being the king of the pirates, like Ace. There's a conqueror like Yamato that follows in the footsteps of Odin. So there's people
There's
that
a
also like
conqueror like
Luffy and
Rayleigh
Kaido.
who just want to sit around, get drunk, and fuck on his bitch all day.
No, fuck
Yeah.
on other
They
bitches, not
come
fuck on
they
his
come
bitch.
in
There's a
different
difference.
forms. Is
Yeah.
what I'm trying to say.
Yet and still, bro, just out here living his best bachelor
And
life at
I
fucking
agree,
at 75. Bro is living his best bachelor life in his 70s
but you
right
can't
now.
call
Like,
it rare and then have 5 people on one crew. Especially
yes,
though, that's
you
all I'm trying to
can.
say.
Yes,
You
you
but
can,
Nami's not a
bro.
like
Yes,
Nami wouldn't
you
be in
can,
your category to get
Zaza,
conference. That's all I'm
Zaza,
trying to say.
bro. Listen, you have
the one mistake,
Like
Zaza,
five.
the one mistake you're doing here
Come on, bro.
is you're treating the Straw Hat Pirates like any regular pirate crew out there. They are literally like
They're not regular.
you have
They're not regular.
Robin.
They're not regular.
You have the strongest swordsman in the crew. You have the best cook in the crew. You have the best doctor in the crew. You have the best navigator in
Not
the
going
crew.
back.
Every single person there is like
Not doing
destiny.
best
It was chosen by
stop.
fate.
But that still doesn't mean
They're
they
just the
should be conquerors.
protagonist's crew. That's
That's
just
all I'm
they're
trying
gonna
to
get all
say.
the greatest
yeah,
shit. So.
like I really what's your name? I don't want all the above logic. I really
Call me Blue.
Yeah, he talking about
Yeah, blue.
Blue.
Yeah. They talking about blue.
my fault, Blue. But no, like I do agree with you, and like what you said completely makes sense. just how my and I don't even want to even lean on my understanding. It's just I just don't see that happening. You know, off of the things that I've seen in the story, I just and then I don't even expect Nami to be in a situation to where she even has that awakening moment. You know,
That's not her. That's not her role in the crew. Like that's not
right?
her role in the crew to be
She
there.
already
Like,
had that awakening moment. That was the whole
and
point
that's
of
All fun
and
and
that's what
y'all
I'm
ain't
trying to
listening.
say.
Y'all
it's
ain't listening.
all it's all
Y'all ain't
fun
listening to
and it's
nothing
all
Richard
fun and
said.
games. It's all fun and games
Listen,
until she got to motherfucking go head to head with somebody over a group of children. Y'all think this shit a
uh,
game for real? For real?
about to say
Nah,
Oda could set up the dynamic,
nah, and look,
but
and
she
then,
already
like
had
I
that
no,
awakening moment. To
but
be
like I
fair,
said, if on knowing Oda, if he does it, it'll make sense. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm trying to say. But
Yeah,
I'm
like
like,
right now,
you're
I
not.
don't.
He's no. I
cool with
agree
that.
I
too.
don't see. I
I
just
don't
don't
think.
see
I
it.
don't think he's gonna put Nami in that type of situation where she's gonna unlock conquerors. It just doesn't make sense
No,
for her character.
he
That's
already
all.
did that. But I
Like I
look,
said, if she gets
Really?
ornament, I can kind of see that.
she
Conquerors,
already
that's
did
a
that
different.
too.
I said I give her ornament. I can't give her conquerors.
She
Conquerors
already
is
did. She
conquerors
already
puts
did
you in a
both of
different
those
level.
things.
Oh,
She already did both of those things.
we're not doing that.
I'll do one even colder. I'll do it even colder for you, right?
Yeah.
I could see her getting conquerors and not armament because you give her armament, it actually puts her in situations where she has to be physically combative with other motherfuckers. You give her conquerors, she don't gotta be physically combative no
But she
more. She
wouldn't
can
be able
walk
to
in it.
control it.
She could walk in the area and drop. Walk in there. She it's not Nami's character. Why Shorty could just walk into the bank and drop niggas with conquerors and walk out with the
Come
bread.
on.
Okay,
That's
All right,
what
we
we
talking.
have.
You talk about her character, right? We talk about her character, right? If it's about if it's for hitting the lick, if it's for hitting the lick and getting that bag, then what?
Wait, no,
Because that's her
let
character.
me ask something. Is there any character in One Piece right now that has conquer that's not combative?
that was a good question.
Has conquerors, that's not combative. Not that we know, no.
But why are we talking about not combative? Nami's done this. We talking
But not, no, he's
about
saying
combative.
prime thing is not combative. Like,
That's okay. That's okay. But we know that she's already been put in
But
situations where
he's
she's
saying,
combative.
like, all the conquerors, he's saying, of all the conquerors, his question is, who not combative? Who is on, like, Nami's level combative where they...
I'm trying to find a similarity.
Trying to find
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Because if there's like, because then to make a one-off like that is like, I don't know if I haven't seen something like of greatness level in Nami like that. You know what I mean?
And that's what I'm trying to say. Like, if Nami, then you're going to start doing that for a lot of people where it's
Yeah,
like,
do it for Chopper.
you don't need to...
I feel like a lot of people.
I'm really talking on my neck.
I
want to say one thing.
Not even necessarily do he got to do it for all the other people because not everybody is on a Pirate King's crew. Like I think we have to start being that its own certain level of exclusivity. Like even with the notion of think, a lot of people try to scale other characters' growth the way you scale the Straw Hats' growth, and like it don't work like that. If you ask me, you can't just say these people are growing at the same rate as us. They're not subjected. I mean, they're not subjected to the same, caveats that we deal with. You know what I'm saying?
And I
I'm not.
wholeheartedly agree. And it's like
So you could give Nami. You could give Nami conquerors. That don't mean you got to give Corona conquerors.
No. But we're trying to say is even if you go by the Pirate King crew, think about even for Battleship. You had two people who had conquerors that we know of. I agree with you on that. But like,
Actually, it was three. It was three.
Three. But like, you're not gonna give that to five. You're not gonna give that to five people on one people's ship. I think you're just stretching it now. Where I think you have to rein it in. If you're gonna make conquerors hockey special, you can't give it to everyone on. You can't.
Yo, Zah.
However, he wouldn't even be the first. So there's Rock.
Now, I said that Matt Conquer's on his crew. Luffy should have more
He
because
can
he's
be a
in
big
protagonist.
Mercado.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Gloriosa.
Yeah.
See,
He named for Shiki, but I goddamn bet. I bet you $100, bro. Shiki gets named. He has Conquer's hockey as well.
Most
It
definitely.
makes no sense
Without question.
for him not to have happened.
Who on
He ran in. He
Who had-
ran up on
who-
Sengoku and Roger.
No.
I got you, Z. I got you, Z.
Who on Katakuri's Big Mom's crew had conquerors besides Katakuri?
No,
I think Cracker
Arguable that it's
I-
arguable that Cracker had it. It's arguable Cracker had it.
Yeah.
Again, this all goes. this
Come
all goes
on,
back to
bro.
my
Like,
point. To my point of who
Pretty much all crew is gonna have conquerors.
all
Like he's gonna be fighting Blackbeard's whole crew, which is Devil Fruit users. It's gonna be the ultimate hockey versus Devil Fruit clash.
yeah, that's good.
It's
I see you came. I see you came sprinkle some salt in the pot. Came
I see
sprinkle
that.
a
I
little
see
seasoning in the pot.
I see that, but again,
Added a little paprika to it.
I'm gonna be on this side because I'm still on this side. All the people y'all keep naming are other people that are combative. There's nobody that's like kind of like Nami.
Peep this, Matt.
Like
Peep this.
Nami is combative. Like,
oh no,
There's
obviously tiers
look,
to combat on there. I see what they're
she
saying.
gets 1v1. She's been in a situation where she had to be combative. What was Annie's lobby, bro? What was it when she took the fight from Sanji? Did it like
Hey, that was back then. The most feet we seen from a woman in the crew is grown and it
right? And
I
then,
would
but then
would
Wano-
actually give Robin conquerors hockey before to Nami. Honestly,
yeah,
I'm cool with
that's
that.
cool. She's still that's cool, but she's still when Wano Nami still put up. No, she still put up.
I
bro.
didn't say that. I didn't say that. I agree with that. But I'm saying
She
if it was
got
a person,
Brooke hasn't even
Coco.
gotten 1v1s, and people be trying to glaze Brooke. Like this shit
who
is
would
crazy.
do it? Leave
And
her
this-
out of it.
And Nami
Dude, I'm
actually out
trying to
here
help you.
1v1 credibility, bro. Literally.
All right, peep this. Obviously, they're both combative. I think what they meant when they said that, they were just looking at it as tiers of combativeness, and they're looking at like a Zoro or Sanji tier of combativeness. But that's fine. They're both combative. My thing is, Matt, personally, I'm on y'all side. I don't want Nami to get Conqueror's hockey, but the reasons that you guys listed for her not getting it, we can't use those. We can't.
Exactly. They're trash, bro. They're trash.
We can't.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
All of
Your
that.
reasons are trash. I'm going to say it. I'm
can't-
going to be blunt about it.
we can't use the previous reasons.
Co-sign to any of it. I'm
Like
sorry. I heard nothing reasonable.
we can't use any of the previous reasons, such as what other ship has done this before, what other crew has been like this before, because we can always just use the caveat of this is supposed to be the greatest pirate crew of all time. The next generation following Gold Rogers, Luffy's gonna surpass Rogers. This crew is gonna surpass the Rock's crew, the Gold Rogers crew, all of the crew. This is gonna be the greatest crew of all time. It's got Joy Boy on it. So we can't use the idea of, since it's never happened before, it can't happen in the future. If it were to ever happen, it would be with this crew. But personally, I also don't want Nami to get it. But just like how Matt was saying earlier, like the context of comedy, it's Oda. I know you want like the seriousness of the situation to hold more weight. Just like when Zoro was fighting Kaido, of course it was stamped. Oh, he said it's stamped. Just because the joking in the show, just because we joking right now with Oda, his pen is penning.
I'm just go ahead.
I'll call that a soft push, right? A soft push or a soft foreshadowing of she gonna have it later if it did happen. With Zoro, it was as soon as Kaido said it, we knew he was getting it. That's a hard push for the foreshadowing, but I can never ignore Oda. Nothing Oda puts. Usually the small things that he wants to be gags, or it's damn near like a trick or a note to see if you're gonna pay attention for later. Damn near like what he does on the cover arts, stuff like that. So I could anything
and it's like
I take.
And that's what I was trying to tell him. That's why I said he did the Gear 5 Luffy in the giant form. He did that in a filler. Just think about that.
And it's like, again, I'm not saying that Oda can't pin it. not saying that there's not like it's not possible. Everything you guys are saying makes sense to me. I'm still over here because I just don't see it happening. I just don't personally see it happening. You feel me? And it's just like it would be cool, but it's like like I ain't got it for me. He got pin it, and if you don't pin it, and I don't like it, then I don't like it. You know what I mean? It's just that'll just be one of my personal gripes.
I feel like it's gonna be like one of those tropes, like how Chi-Chi can beat up Goku and he feels that pain too. It's like
that's why. Yeah, that's
obviously
why I always
she
think it's
doesn't.
always gonna be.
She's not really
It's always
just
just
strong like that, but
be hitting. Yeah.
But it's
and
like
And she's gonna own. I think it might be something she could only use if even if she has it where it's only being used on Luffy. I would call that's gonna be that so-called power love shit that we keep hearing about even through Sanji.
Situational.
I could definitely see it being used situational. I could definitely see it being used in the future. Sorry, excuse me. Like I just said, I'm just like, if she get it, I'd just be like,
I just always think she's not gonna get it. I think it's always gonna be that trope. Like she can hurt Luffy's pride, she can hurt Zoro's pride, she can hurt Sanji's pride. I think even that it's okay. Don't start mixing it up with the Hagi thing. It just gets it's just too much. Like just keep it like that. Like yo, she can hit Luffy. I'm okay with it.
My thing is like if she starts doing shit like hockey feats, like she starts knocking niggas out. You know what I mean? Like she starts.
You say stuff.
No, I'm obviously talking on my. I'm saying this like if I get serious for a little bit, if she is even like having like just knocking niggas out, bro. Like if we knocking henchmen out, okay. That's I could scratch my head at that one. But it's like if we doing like he said, you know, she black flashing niggas on the crew, then that's cool, bro.
I don't think it's part of Nami's character.
I think bro hit it perfectly earlier when he was like, say she robbing a bank and she like just knock out the first two upfront guards. Like how when they introduced Kid having Conqueror's Haki in the anime, but for some reason didn't do it in the manga.
Oh, that lame
it was lame, right?
That lame ass.
But how I interpreted that is okay. He just like birthed it at that second. It's not that strong. He's got a little bit of Conqueror's Haki right now, but he is a Conqueror's user. If Nami's like at that tier, because that was a really weak ass nigga that he just gave like a headache to. He didn't even knock him out. So if Nami's like around that,
his Haki is low. Listen, his Haki is weak, and he did birth that Haki. That he had it before because Kaido even mentioned it when he fought. When he fought that he was one of the people that was a conqueror as well. At the same time, like I said, he's not known for training his Haki and all that other stuff. He didn't get the 2-year time skip rate. He didn't get it, so he's not strong and used to working in his Haki. He's devil fruit line. You know what I'm saying? The doubt.
Yeah.
I
think if Nami gets it, she'll like be around that range of just she can knock out like some fodder maybe, and then have Zeus attack him.
Yeah, but I took it the same way Copes is saying. I would have saw that, and if Kid is doing that, then I could definitely see somebody like since we're talking about it, I could see Nami doing it and doing the same thing it did to that guy. It didn't do much, but she did it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got it.
That's another thing we have to acknowledge about it, because at the end of the day, even if she has it, it's still going to be tied to how she actually scales in terms of like strength and all that shit.
She never
it's her. She she can have the Haki. The Haki being strong is a whole nother station.
Yeah.
You know, like the caliber of niggas that she can knock out would, definitely be a thing. Like she's not gonna like use Conqueror's Haki to be able to knock out like Supernova or fucking, you know what I'm saying? The Toby Ropo level, but like the fodder level beast fires that were all over the little floor, the live floor and shit. Like she could definitely turn up in a moment where she has to like save some kids, shit like that. Because again, it would be tied into what she wants to enforce her real lonely. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like in that moment where she stood up OT over Tama and shit. Moments like that will be the moments where, okay, you know what I'm saying? If she has it, it's being shown in this type of scenario. But it won't ever be like walks into a place and you know her aura is just got niggas shook type shit. You know?
It'll be some fodder. No one important, but she's gonna be doing that too.
You can definitely see that. I can see that.
What's your What are y'all expecting the most for the next chapter?
Find out what's going on. Probably getting to the other side of the shit.
Getting out of this whole mirror world or Loki spell or whatever. Let's have now.
Yeah.
Have y'all
Might
ever
get out
seen the movie The Truman Show with Jim Carrey?
Yes. Awesome movie. I love that movie. Where he hits he touches the wall when he sails out. Great.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
I love
The mirror break.
Good morning, good noon, good evening,
And
good night. Yeah, goodbye.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, my guy gets it. I feel like when the mirror broke in that world, it gave me remnants of that. And when when they started talking about the plastic and shit too, it gave me, okay, we're not really where we think we are. We in the containment center to be watched. Really, this isn't. I don't know what this guy thinks is going on, but he's not. He doesn't know what's really going on. Everything that this nigga that was riding that grasshopper said, I would take that shit with a grain of salt. I don't trust his word.
Yeah.
Any of it.
I asked the question in chat earlier. I don't know if you guys responded to it, but basically, let me ask it again. If this fake god is supposed to be, you know, the sun god giants worship, right? Sure that the giants actually know what he's doing behind the scenes, like his fetish with, you know, capturing humans, dressing them in this little like living room house kind of thing in his middle world or whatever. If he's just out here just capturing humans, and do the people that worship him know that he's doing this, doing it behind the scenes? Because it doesn't seem like there are any giants guarding or protecting him or anything like that. It was just him in that big castle and some animals protecting him rather than some. If the giants are worshiping him know about what he's doing and they're okay with it, I feel like we need to put all of Elbaf for watch at this point.
To my, I would say no. I don't believe they know. But that's just me. I feel like this dude is super ducked off, super low key.
I don't know. That's actually a good question. But I don't know.
So that this whole thing is not even Elbaf. It's
That's
near
what I said.
Elbaf.
That's what I said. I don't think it's Elbaf yet.
Yeah.
If it's Elbaf, we in some sort of realm of Elbaf, but I don't think this is Elbaf. I really don't believe so.
Truman Show. It's all fake.
Yeah, I don't even think them things is giants. I think those is normal animals in the room, and the straw hats just somehow got shrunk.
Exactly. Yeah. The scaling is too, because notice if there was giant, we're not even getting like, oh, okay, well this grasshopper is bigger than a rat, or this. We're not getting like abnormal animals for certain. Like everything is to scale of everything else.
Yeah.
Like we getting a regular.
It seems too wonky.
The cat is scaled to a real hawk. Like we're not getting like a super variant of, oh man, that goldfish is way bigger than this dog or something like that. Like everything is how it should be. I think it was right. I think they just got shrunk.
When they talked about the cooking the plastic, that's when I knew. I was like, oh yeah, no.
Yeah, facts.
Honey,
facts.
It's a honey. I shrunk my kids. Type shit going on.
Yeah,
Niggas playing with
exactly.
That's
exactly how I felt.
Mm-hmm.
That's
It's like
facts.
there's no way you could. There's no way. Nah. That was a clear giveaway for me. And I was like, okay, all right.
Yeah, it's a whole regular thing.
Yeah, when are we getting out of this? Because I'm thinking this L bad, nigga. Like you, I'm all hype and shit. You over here pulling the okie doke on the older.
Yeah, I think that's possibly the whole. I think if that is that holy night, then he's trying to capture the straw hats.
Yeah.
And he saw the straw hat shit. He saw the straw hat ship and went trying to go incognito and capture them.
Mm-hmm. He about to get fucked up.
That's what I said. My boy ABK was saying. He said, "Yo, when they break out, they might be on the ship. They might still be on the ship because they might be like, you know what I mean? It might be that.
What if that shit not even hit the Hellbound?
Yeah, it's not even headed to Hellbound. It's on some next shit, and then we'll probably be rescued at the same time.
Yeah.
Like we might actually see the next couple. We might, by the time they finally get into escape, we see the actual shit. Giants that got the other straw hats pulling up on them, possibly.
Did y'all watch the anime? Because I started catching most of it on Reed stream actually.
Righteous. I watched it.
That shit was.
Go ahead, y'all. Go ahead. Talk about it.
I just seen some clips from Akano and Gari. You know, this fight. And
Fiji, yeah.
The flash that they had with Buddy was.
Yeah, impact frames.
Yeah, impact and all this. Like, oh man, I gotta catch up on the anime. I really gotta catch up on. I know I'm an egghead, so I'm not that far over there. But that's all I got to say. That's all I seen. I don't even care if y'all spoil shit. I'm gonna watch it anyways.
I did not like that.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I did not like that episode.
Oh, you ain't like it?
I mean, like for the most part, I didn't have any issues with it. But if you read the manga, right, there's a small panel where it shows Bogard, like on the ship, right? I was waiting for that scene to be animated for so long, because I'm waiting for Bogard to make a comeback because he hasn't come back into the story in like about 15-20 years almost. So I was so excited for this guy that we saw at God Valley to be like, okay, I need him to finally show up, do something. Right?
You think
the anime did not include him at all? They forgot about him.
You think he's gonna be in the next episode? You think
so I was like, no, like the entire scene that he was in, they just cut him out and they just continued on with like the next scenes and everything. So unless they're doing some changes with how the manga is doing it, they're just like changing it around or whatever. Likely forgot about him.
They did change something else too, because in the manga, Shiri was the one who got up and pulled his sword out of him. But in the anime, Garp pulls the sword out of himself and throws Shiri's blade. That's a change I didn't like either. But everything else was great.
Yeah. I also didn't like the fact that, you know, in the manga, we didn't see Sun One Wolf wake up. You know, like he was sleeping when the arc started. We didn't see him wake up at all in the manga, and then the next panel we see is just him getting tossed into the ocean. So I was under the impression this entire time that he was sleeping while he was sleeping, right? But in the anime, they made him seem like, oh, he woke up, he was sleeping, and Garp just one-shot him. So I was like, wow, this is hyping up Garp for no reason. Like, there's no reason for you guys to wake this guy up just for him to get one-shotted. Just let him continue sleeping, so the hype for him in the future continues on.
I give him all. He gave it a down. I'm not even sure if he's real in that country or not. It's solid. And flying.
But Garp, got hoes, man.
But I wanted to ask you, Cokes, about the episode. I thought it was great. Loved it. What kind of hockey you think was being used in that clash with Garp and Kuzan? Just asking.
So I didn't see the full episode. I think when I tuned in to Reed's chat, I maybe seen like maybe like 14 minutes worth, maybe 15. So I didn't see the beginning, but based off of what
But you saw the clash.
I did. I think that, but yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't see the shooter you thing. I think that it was conquerors. I think they're both conquerors. I think they're both going all out in the sense of, even if Akiji is a spy and they got like a double agent thing going on, I think for the portrayal of you to see I'm really down like that, I'm showing you this is a high dip fight. I don't think they were holding back much.
I think Kuzan was holding back because when they both constant flying backwards and they're on the ground, Kuzan was holding, like he was covering his eyes, right, while Garp was like holding his head. So to me, it's like anytime we see a character cover their eyes, they're going through something. They're about to cry. They're wearing, with Kizaru in Egghead. It's like he wore like sunglasses or shades because he didn't want to be seen how pathetic he was, So it's like anytime someone is covering their eyes, there's something going on emotionally or mentally with them.
Do you think that Kuzan was
that's just me,
Conquerors hockey in the clash or no?
I think it was animated the same way with their fists, like the golden color was used for both of their fists when they were when they were hitting each other. So I guess they were both using Conquerors hockey, but to me, it's not surprising because I do have to add all of the admirals being Conquerors hockey users, because if all the Yonkos are Conquerors, I don't see why the admirals will not be, because throughout the story they were stated to be, relative to one another.
Yeah.
For sure. No, I stand with you on that.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Yeah, but watch the anime, guys. Catch up. It's pretty dope. Toei is pathetic, but they give us some good animation sometimes.
Sometimes? Oh man,
Killing Blue.
Bro, I hate Toei, bro. They hate all my favorites. I don't like them. They hate Sanji. All they do is just like they write Garp and Zoro.
I knew this was what it was usually. Society. Fuji's on, bro. You telling people just wait on it.
No, yeah, I'm down on that.
I keep telling people these admirals will show Congress. I've been saying it for a while. And I was like, I no longer have to. I feel like I no longer now have to keep just chatting towards like a beating on the dead.
Feels justified.
Who's on? I really do. I told you. If the anime shows it, who's on is the first step. I'm telling you, Sakazuki's gonna get it for sure. And Fuji, since he got his character introduction, challenged him. He's going to have it as well. And Sakazuki is and his character inspiration, the movie character that died or whatever, do say he gonna treat him with care, all this other stuff that goes on with Sakazuki, blah blah blah. He gets one piece in a year. The card game, he like 3 or 4 cards that was too strong, so they had to retake him off the line. What's it called? Which is crazy. You would think they do that for Shanks. They did that for Sakazuki. Crazy. What's it called? Not saying that it is all Oda doing it. The point is that all these little implications that they got going on. Kuzan has it. And he challenged, and he lost the fight to the guy who's running the military. Like, who really think about the guy like he that actually won the fight? So I'm just saying, it kind of just like it's making sense now. Like, you introduce these 2 new admirals, but you have one of them challenging the fleet admiral as soon as he becomes an admiral. Like I bet, like crazy. Like these guys, it just lines up to speak for they're going to have conquerors. Fuji casually, I told people, Fuji casually in Reverie He sliced every one of those crows. I know in the paneling, minuscule, but I told people he sliced every one of those crows, and he used the technique called soul lotus. And then we saw Fuji literally using Rio, slicing each and every one of the crows. Not one missed. Okay, just casually, really trying little casual feats against revs while you're helping them free saves. Cool, all right. So when
I
you
don't know
get
what people
serious,
need.
you have to show more serious levels of power for the implication to be taken, for him to be taken seriously. Just wait for it. Who'd you do a video? I want to say that. Make sure I say it on record.
Just the rank of his blade alone should make him a conqueror, to be honest.
I said it. He's a supreme. He holds a supreme grade blade. You know, almost here. It's whatever. Iceman, you can hear your audio.
Huh?
You can hear your audio. So I was watching them.
Oh, you want to turn it down?
Okay, boys. I'm gonna head out. So it's been nice chatting with you guys.
No, this is
Yeah, I was gonna say,
You guys should be
we're gonna wrap it up, Coach, for real.
yeah. No, shit, I was enjoying the convo a lot.
You guys doing this more often on Discord?
Yeah.
I want to be
moving
every
forward,
Sunday.
we're gonna be on Discord. Every
maybe every Sunday, every Monday.
Every Wednesday, every Sunday.
Yeah, Wednesday's the regular anime though. Maybe it's like One Piece. So.
Facts. But this is definitely a dope stream. I'm glad all y'all could join us. Politic y'all knowledge, because for sure got some good content in it. Y'all can see all this content on our Twitch as well. And soon we're gonna get in the mix of having Instagram on there too every time we stream as well. But
yeah,
no, this is dope.
Dude,
Go ahead.
I wanted to ask another thing. Did we get any comments on anything? Were we able to look at any comments?
Only I can look at it, I think. But we didn't really get any comments outside of what's in the Discord already. So like everything that's being like dropped and shit.
Okay, cool.
But we did get a couple viewers on Twitch as well.
If you guys are streaming on, if you guys are streaming on Twitch as well, are we allowed to? Oh, what happened?
What happened? We can still hear you.
Yeah, because throughout this stream that we did here, a lot of swear words was used. So I thought you guys will be like getting demonetized or something.
Well, I'm not even monetized yet on Twitch, so I'll see if I
gotta say, yo, should we worry about should we worry about that, Coach? Like cleaning up our like language when we on here?
I mean, only if it got to the point where Twitch would ban us for our language, but I don't think our language has been that bad worth being banned. Like it's usually like certain keywords or like topics that they really don't like. But as far as just
send me anything you think like it's notable, because sometimes some people do come in here going crazy. Porter got a lot of wild cards. I ain't gonna lie to you, and it get toxic here. So you gotta let me know.
Yeah, the main shit is like shit that be going down like berserk. That type of shit is what get you up out of there.
Is it still streaming now?
Yeah, we're still going now.
All right then.
Yeah, that's why I think it's solid.
I ain't gonna mention that, and then never mind.
I'll text you about it later.
Today's bad.
It's good, but yeah, no, it was dope having y'all on here. Like I said, we're gonna be back at it next week on Wednesday. Y'all for sure more welcome to join that as well, because we're about to be going crazy. We're at October finally at this anime holiday. Dope anime out right now that just came out for this month. Hey, I can't wait to talk about that shit with y'all too. Till next time, peace. We just finished.
Yeah.